You have worked hard to build your business, and Northwest Bank wants to help you grow it. Whether you need business lending, checking, savings, or treasury management services, Northwest Bank has the resources you need to make your business succeed. Experience the highest level of customer service and competitive rates in our community. Bank where small business is a big deal. Northwest Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Northwest Bank, commitment you can bank on.
Hi sports fans, this is Perry from Ace Hardware in Lamar's. We're happy to have a huge selection of what you need to efficiently maintain your home so you can find time to enjoy the game. Check out what's in the store at the new Ace Hardware downtown Lamar's.
Make sure your life runs smoothly with an upgraded internet package from Premier Communications, connecting you with the internet speed and television access package that best fits your wants and needs. Premier Communications is happy to support our area coaches, athletes, and the parents who support them. Have a great season.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling. I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee and Lamar's.
Hi, this is Misty Zek.
This is Brock Nohava.
Hi, this is Abby Phillips.
Hi, this is Austin Sitzman.
This is Dave Close.
Hi, this is Jody with Exit Realty Midwest.
Exit Realty Midwest is proud to support our area athletes. Find them online at exitrealtymidwest.com.
It's now time for high school football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM, KLEM.
It's a jet sweep right side. Nelson turns up the middle. 30, 25, 20. He breaks the tackle to the 10. He's all the way in for a touchdown.
High school football.
He throws over the middle. It's picked off. Jude Doherty picks it off at the 27.
With all the action, here's KLEM Sports Director Daniel Versteeg.
Well, a very pleasant Good Friday evening to you football fans. Welcome to Week 6 of the high school football season. District play continues on for Lamar's community as the Bulldogs get set for a district matchup with the West High Wolverines. Both teams in search of win number 1 in district play. Once again, good evening, everyone. Daniel Versteeg joined by Gabe Davis for our broadcast here tonight. The Bulldogs are 2-3, 0-1 in the district. West is 0-5 and 0-1 in district play. Bulldogs a couple of losses here in back-to-back weeks, but you know, there's a saying that there's always the next game, there's always next week, and I think that's kind of the mentality right now, Gabe. You can't change the last couple of weeks and how you played against MOC Floyd Valley and Spencer. Just got to come up and hopefully make sure you don't turn it into a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, it's time to get right. It's time to do things the right way, the way that they've expected. And you know, I talked with some of the coaches this morning a little bit, and you know, they were saying that people are upset and people are talking about what's going to go, how are we going to change it, blah blah blah.
Yep.
All that stuff that fans and people that care about the program say, and none of it's wrong. But the reality of it is, losing 2 games is not in the whole season by any stretch of the imagination. And I happen to be looking at the records as we were driving down here, and there's some teams that haven't won any. And again, we don't want to be that, but the reality of it is we're still have the playoffs in our vision. We have district titles still possible. Unfortunately, it's not all in our hands.
Right.
We need some help now that we lost that one in the district, but the last 2 weeks we haven't played our best football, and coaches would say that. The players will take some ownership of that, but there's been moments where we've been down, come back, made it interesting, and then there's just been a play or two. It was the drive against MOC right away. We get up 14-12 or somewhere around there, and then they come back and they drive right down the field. That hurts. Last week you get it within 1 score, and then they take the next kick and they house it. So it's those types of situations. This is a get-right game for the Bulldogs. They're going to have to still click. West has given up a lot of points. They haven't won a game. All the stuff that you can look at, but really it's not about the guys that are on the home field tonight. It's all about how Lamar's plays. And if Lamar's plays Lamar's football, we're going to be just fine. If Lamar's doesn't and they worry about other things or they don't do their job, then we're going to be in for a battle.
Yeah. Well, and you talked about, too, there are some things that are not in Lamar's hands right now. Like you talked about district championship. Right now, that's not in Lamar's hands. However, being 0-1 in the district is not a death sentence for the playoffs. 2 teams make it out of Class 4A District 1. And, Gabe, you know one thing. If you go 4-1 in the district, you got a really good shot at making the playoffs. The nice thing is the Bulldogs have that capability still, but it's turned into now you have basically 4 playoff games the rest of the way.
Yeah, you start your playoffs tonight, and it sounds a little bit dramatic, but really that is what it turns out to be. If you fall behind and lose this one or something like that, it makes it so much tougher, especially knowing that probably the best team came in last week. The ones that would now be favored to win it all are already 1-0, and so but you can only take 1 week at a time. It's the whole cliche of things that coaches say: 48 minutes, 1-0 each week, all the stuff no one really thinks is true, but that's really how you have to approach it. You can worry about last week all you want. You can worry about next week because this is an 0-5 team. But if you don't take care of yourself tonight, every quarter, every play, every snap, we're going to be in for a dogfight, and that's what they have to do. Yep.
The Bulldogs, thankfully, have had some things go their way here the last couple of weeks or so. Despite all of the struggles, I think Lamar's has been have to be pretty still pleased with their passing attack. Jamie Sitzman's thrown some good balls, now understandably so. He has thrown some turnovers, obviously, and you can't always blame the interceptions on a quarterback, but by and large, I think he has done a pretty good job of running the offense when it comes to throwing the football here the last couple of weeks.
Yes, 70%, completion rate is pretty darn good, and then he's got legs that he uses when he needs to. Right. Last week, there were probably some of them that were on Jamie, and he'd love to have back. And then, there's also one for sure that I know was not on him. You got to run the right route, and when people expect you to be in a spot, that's where your 111th, as the coach comes into play. You have to do that, and if you don't, and your quarterback throws it there, and you're not there, then you have a problem. So it is a team game. That's what makes this game so much so fun to be around, because if everybody doesn't do it, it can stick out. Sometimes it goes away, and you don't see when they don't do it, and you get by with it. But last week was a situation where we turned the ball over a few times. They also had a ball bounce right up into their hands, and then they continued for a first down. So that's how it goes.
Yep. Well, and the nice thing, too, is, on the defensive side of the ball, the last couple of weeks have been a struggle, but this is, like you said, it's a great analogy. It's a get-right game for the Bulldogs. You have an opportunity to, against a West High offense that Coach Vigdahl is going to talk about here in our pregame chat in just a little bit. They want to run the football to start, and it seems like, Gabe, if you can shut that down early and take it away, they're stuck throwing the football, and I like Lamar's chances when a team feels one-dimensional when it comes to only being able to pass the football.
Yeah, I had a chance to watch a little bit of the Storm Lake stuff after school today, and they ran the ball first 3 times, boom, 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 3 and out, punt, and I don't know that they ran it again for about another quarter and a half. So they're going to try. They're going to say they're going to try to run, and really that's probably their best bet to stay in games, because we were just talking about they got 39 guys. Yeah. And you're not playing 39 at the varsity level, I know, but that's not very many. So, a lot of guys are playing both ways, and the best way to keep maybe an undermanned team in a game is to keep the ball. And they're going to try to run it. They've seen what Spencer did last week. Right. They are not Spencer. No. I will tell you that. They do not have
Thank goodness,
a right guard at running back.
Right.
But it really comes down to defensively, our guys doing what they're coached to do and then stepping up to the challenge. I mean, everyone, coaches, players, fans, everyone knew they were running the ball. Yep. And there's nothing more demoralizing than knowing they're doing it and having them do it.
And not being able to stop it.
And not being able to stop it.
Yep.
And then on the other side of it, though, if you're that team, and this is where we need to get to running the ball, we're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball. Dare you to stop it. Because when you can do that, it is so demoralizing to that other side. So we want to flip the script. Maybe we can get that where they know what's happening and it doesn't matter. Right. But defensively, I think our guys will be ready to go. We're going to have to match some physicality and be athletic. Not let the quarterback get out of the pocket a whole lot.
Sure.
He doesn't look to run, but he'll extend plays, and then you get athletes on the outside that can do some stuff. So put some pressure on him. Don't give up anything big. Make them catch it in front of you and make a bunch of plays rather than one big play. And that's really what kind of hurt us a little bit at MOC.
Yep.
Last week we kept them in front of us, but they were fine getting 4 yards and
4 yards in a cloud of dust. Really.
Yeah, it was just a thumping, and it was tough to watch. And I know the guys went back and had to watch it again, and they didn't love it.
Right.
But all that is now done, over with, and there is not a darn thing you can do. And if all the stars align, maybe you get a chance to right the ship down the road with the team. If things can work out. But right now it's all about West.
Yep, it is all about West. And you mentioned their numbers do not compare to Lamar's as far as the roster size and things like that. I know we talked about this probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, but this was the change that was in effect for this past 2 year cycle of the free and reduced lunch number being a factor. Pretty much that kind of metric was put into place for programs like West, a school that is big enough. Had it not been for free and reduced lunch, West would be a 5A school right now, and just don't get the participation, don't get the resources, maybe like a Southeast Polk or a Dowling Catholic or things like that. And so because of that, they're down in 4A where they can hopefully try and build a little bit more success instead of getting thumped by basically a small junior college disguised as a high school football team. So that's where West is, and that's why they're in Class 4A District 1 and not in Class 5A like Sioux City North and Sioux City East. But they are under a first-year head coach here this year as well, Stephon Pearson, the new head coach. So they're still trying to find their legs. Hopefully, no offense to West fans, but hopefully it takes another week for them to get that done. And this is their final home game of the year as well, so they've got all kinds of things riding on this game as they try to finish things off. Well, they had a situation last year in which they forfeited Week 9 to Denison Schleswig, and that was supposed to be at Denison Schleswig. So they have since moved what was originally scheduled to be a home game to a road game. So you think about that. You got 3 road games to finish the season as well. Boy, trying to send the home fans off somewhat happy at least. But that is all kind of the situation around tonight, but it should be a good game. We'll see how the Bulldogs do, and hopefully we come out of here with their first district win of the season. Let's take a break here on our pregame coverage. We'll come back, and we're joined by Ken Vigdahl, the head coach of the Bulldog football team, chat a little bit about last week, and then get everybody ready to go for this contest. We'll break down the matchup for you when we come back with Coach Vigdahl. You're listening to Bulldog Football on our Friday Night Football pregame show right here on KLEM.
Quality Lube of Lamar's is proud of all our Plymouth County athletes. At Quality Lube, they focus on you, the customer, to ensure that they can keep you on the road when you need to be. From diagnostic repair to routine oil changes, Quality Lube can do it all.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Hummer's Lawn Care Service will provide you with the services needed for the best-looking lawn in your neighborhood. Is it thatching, fertilizer, or simple maintaining of your freshly cut grass? Call Hummer's Lawn Care at 546-4087.
This is Cy Bixman, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to our Friday Night Football pregame show. It's right here on KLEM Radio. Dan Versteg with you. Pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Lamar's community football teams, Coach Ken Vigdahl, after a tough loss last week to the Spencer Tigers. Now getting set for Sioux City West here tonight at Elwood Olsen Stadium. But, Coach, first of all, not how you wanted to start district play, but now I think we kind of know what Spencer's going to bring to the district this year. What were your kind of messages going into this week of practice for the guys to, kind of get them back on the right track? Your main goal of district championship probably no longer attainable, but still a whole lot to play for these next 4 weeks.
Yeah, we really do. Just like you said, we have a whole lot to play for. If you start from the very basic, winning record, 5-4, that's bare minimum, of course, for us. But, we go through the next 4 weeks, we win all 4 games. we have a chance to be second in our district, which allows you to be in the playoffs again for the third year in a row. So, even though last week didn't go the way we wanted it to, we can't hang our heads and let last week's game affect this week's game.
How have the guys done in that, as far as practice is concerned, execution, things like that? Have they kind of responded to that well this week?
Yeah, they really have. We had to talk about some things on Monday and get things corrected on Monday. But Tuesday was a really great practice, high energy, and that's what we want. And so, they had high energy physical practice on Tuesday. So Tuesday was one of the better practices I'd say we had on the year. And then Wednesday we finished it up with another good practice, another physical practice. And that's what the thing that we talked about a little bit on Monday too is let's be more physical. And we started that in practice. And so we know where we're at. And so now hopefully tonight we can put that physicality into play.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to do so against a West High team that, you look at the record, Coach, you see 0-5, and I think that's what a lot of people see early on in the matchup, suggesting that you guys should be able to win this contest tonight. But now that you've lost 2 games in a row, I'm sure this week did not even bring up West's record to the kids because you don't want them to think about that.
Well, we really said this week isn't about West at all, and it doesn't really matter who we're playing. It's about the Bulldogs, and it's about what the Bulldogs do and how we do it and the way we go attack each day of the week and how we're going to prepare for the game. So really, it could be West, it could be Fort Dodge or Denison. It doesn't really matter. I know it matters according to scheme, and they're going to run their 4-2, and they're going to run up I, and then when they can't run the ball, they're going to pass it. But that was all bystander stuff. The stuff that we have to do is correct what the Bulldogs need to do better, and that's really what we focused on all week.
Well, it's a good thing to do. What I guess then what was your primary focus this week? What were some of the things that just had to be addressed with how you hopefully come out of the gate here today?
Well, it really boils down to our third core value that we have, which is well done is better than well said. And you can say a lot of things, but if you don't go out and do it, it doesn't really matter. And so we talked about, okay, we know what a great teammate looks like on paper, but what are we? Are we really being those great teammates and stuff? And are those two things matches and things like that? And are we doing what we transfer from practice to a game? Are we doing those things? And, if we do those things, we're a very good team, as you can tell when we played Boyd Hall Rock Valley. We were doing those things. And last week, it kind of slipped on us a little bit, but once again, we have a way to get back on track, and so our kids have done that. I give them all the credit in the world, the way they've approached this week of, you know what, yep, we need to change a little bit. We need to do some better things and be ready to go when we face Sioux City West.
Ken Vigdahl with us, the head coach of Lamar's Community Football here on our Friday Night Football pregame show. You mentioned a couple just general things about what West does, but if we dive into it a little bit deeper, Coach, I noticed the passing numbers are a lot higher, but before we started, it sounds like their primary focus is running the football. So what do you need to do to make sure you take that away early in the contest?
Well, our front six need to take that away, and so, they're going to line up, and they're going to line up in an I formation, and they're going to try to run it right at us with ISOs and things like that. And they're going to stay in that for an entire series, maybe 2-3 series. If we allow them to run the ball, they're going to obviously run it more. But in the games that we've watched, when things they weren't able to run the ball, they had no problem going, a 2x2, a 3x1, an empty set. And then they kind of get into their passing game of we're probably behind a little bit, so now we have to pass to try to catch up and stuff like that. So we've seen the run game for usually about the first quarter or so, and then we've seen, some primarily passing the last 3 quarters. And they have some nice combinations of routes that our defensive backs are really going to have to pay attention, because usually when somebody's leaving your zone, somebody's coming in your zone. So, we have to have our heads up and find those crossing routes.
When it comes to the running game, though, Coach, you were mentioning the size they have on the offensive line before we started this, and they're pretty big up front. So is this just kind of one of those smash mouth, physical kind of styles of run game that you just have to try and move a guy for to have success with your front six?
Yeah, and you know, the thing about it is Coach will get into slanting a little bit, and he's put in a couple of different things to take care of that and make them chase. I think when offensive linemen have to chase, you know, the defensive linemen with a different path, and it goes against, you know, really their scheme that they want to do, I think that really confuses people. So he's done a nice job of coming up with some a little bit different schemes up front, so then we can use our quickness. You know, we've got some size up front, but, you know, we're not 240, 250. You know, we're 210 and so forth across the board in that front defensive line. And, you know, our whole deal with our defensive line is we got to keep their offensive line off our backers. We got to let our two backers inside, you know, make the tackle and get, you know, be aggressive and fit in the gaps that they need to fit in.
Well, hopefully that happens today, Coach, and looking forward to seeing that aspect of the game. How about the defensive side? And again, this is another one of those where you can just say, oh, they've given up however many points a game and just automatically make a judgment about them. But, you know, it sounds like there are a few things they do well. What do you have to be prepared for when it comes to, you know, their defensive side of the ball and making sure you guys can move it at an efficient rate?
I think one of the things we watched, you know, who they've played is a variety of styles of offensive football. They played Storm Lake where they're going to go 5 wide and, you know, 2 by 2 and pass the ball, and you see them in one defense, and then you see them play Heelan, who really anchored down in almost a double tight and ran I formation at him and ran ISO at him and counter at him nonstop. And, you know, they do. I mean, if you're gonna line up in double tights and make it really constricted, they're going to be okay because they've got, you know, 2 guys that are 260, 270, 280 up front that can handle that inside pressure. Now, where we want to attack is probably more a little of their defensive end. They're quite a bit smaller and they're athletes, but, you know, the one thing about it is, you know, common sense of football is if I have a guy 240, he should be able to pass to block a guy that weighs 180 pounds, you know what I mean? Right. So we want to take advantage of their ends. Their backers flow fairly well. And the one thing I think that helps really our offensive line and our offense in general is the defense are going to run as the defense are going to run. You've seen them in 4 or 5 different things. Once we identify in the first, you know, 4 or 5 plays, you're going to know that they're in a 4-2, which we anticipate them coming out in. You know, against Storm Lake, they were in a 4-1. Against Heelan, they were in a 5-3. So they play a multiple sorts of defense, but once you understand the defense they're going to play, that's what they're going to play all night on.
Well, and that should, I think, hopefully play into your hands, Coach, because, yeah, you mentioned Storm Lake, kind of more of a passing-heavy offense. Bishop Heelan's got that big running back in the backfield. They want to just throw him up the middle. But, boy, you guys have so many weapons. You guys can run the ball. You can throw the ball. I mean, I feel like this is kind of one of those games where we could see everybody get involved just because, you know, it's you got to have everybody involved to kind of throw them off defensively.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's where our RPO game comes in. And like last week, our free choice routes was one of the better routes that we had against Spencer. And so now, you know, they have to protect the inside with our inside run. But, you know, if they commit too many people, our RPO game is there. Our free choice routes are there. And we kind of dialed down a little bit of our offense this week and said, okay, this is going to be us. And whatever we do, we're going to do as well as we possibly can. And so that way, you know, everybody's on the same page, and, you know, we've had a good week of practice, like I said, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be a fun game. Last thing for you, Coach, you mentioned turnovers and things like that being kind of a detriment to your success here the last couple of weeks, a reason why you've lost a couple games in a row now. What's ultimately the thing that has to happen to make sure you take care of the ball, take precious care of the ball, and, you know, don't give away scoring opportunities?
Well, I just think, you know, there's a couple ways to handle it. You can get mad and yell and scream at everybody and probably put everybody on edge and, you know, make it even worse. Or, you know, you don't have to tell them that they don't need to turn the ball over. It's one of those things I learned long ago. It's like when a receiver drops the ball and say catch the ball. Well, I think the guy who knows that first is the receiver. So you don't really need to yell at him about it. I mean, it's just one of those things that we know we need to protect the ball. We need to not fumble the ball. We don't need to turn the ball over in the passing game. And it's just a simple, common sense of football. But, those are the things that we just can't do. And, I mean, our kids know it. We talk about it, but we don't get over jealous about it because if you do, I mean, you're just going to make it worse in our opinion. And so, they all know, and that's just, a thing that we just have to take care of.
Well, hopefully you do. Should be a great contest tonight, Coach. We're looking forward to it. Appreciate your time, as always, during our pregame show, and best of luck tonight.
Thanks a lot, Daniel.
Absolutely. He is Ken Vigdahl, head coach of Lamar's Community Football. Back with more of our pregame coverage after this here on KLEM.
The Lamar's Knights of Columbus Council 1466 would like to wish our teams the best of luck in the game. The Knights of Columbus is proud to support our schools and many charities throughout the year with our pork chop dinners and fish fries. Check out upcoming events by visiting their Facebook page at Lamar's KFC. Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season. For all of your commercial or residential concrete or construction needs, JMax Construction is ready for you. At JMax Construction, you can be sure that your project will be handled with great customer service as well as the best of class construction and concrete work. Call JMax Construction and Concrete today at 540-0574.
Smithco Manufacturing in Lamar's would like to wish our area athletes a safe, successful fall season. For 30 years, Smithco has used great teamwork to produce the #1 selling side dump trailers in the country. To learn how you can join our winning team, go online at sidedump.com.
Does your bank pay you a great rate on your checking account? With Northwest Bank's Compass Rewards account, you can earn our best rate. Plus, there are no monthly service fees. We have easy-to-use banking services at your fingertips. Plus, we reward you for growing your relationship with us. So check us out. You'll be glad you did. nw.bank/best rates. Northwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Commitment you can bank on.
Sweet 16 Lanes is a proud supporter of our area athletes. When Lamar's or Galen wins, head over to Sweet 16 Lanes after the game. Show your team spirit with your apparel, buy your first game, and get your second game free. Celebrate the win at Sweet 16 Lanes.
This is Bowen Rican, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, we welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium at Morningside University alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you as we bring you Week 6 of the high school football season tonight. It is Week 2 of district play as well as Lamar's Community gets set for a matchup with the West High Wolverines. This game is right here on 1410 AM and 96.9 FM. That's KLEM Lamar's. We're online audio streaming at KLEM1410.com. Also with a video stream, which you can find right now on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. Well, coin toss just took place at midfield. West won the toss, and they elected to receive the opening kickoff. So they want the ball first. They want to set the tone in that regard. Kind of an interesting call, but I guess, Gabe, when you're 0-5, you just try something a little different, see if you can get something to work.
Yeah, the old saying, offense always has somewhere to go. So maybe they're just going to try to get things going there, try to make a big play early and get things going. But it's perfect for our defense. This is what, I know Coach Van Otterloo wants. He wants to get out there, and those guys want to get an opportunity to stick it to him right away, get the offense the ball back, and go down and maybe get a score.
I was going to say, sometimes even if you want the ball first, sometimes you just choose to defer because you're basically giving your opponent a one coin toss at that point.
Yep.
So, hey, West wants the ball. They want to see if they can set the tone early on the offensive side. We'll see what they come up with, which means we're going to see that cannon of a right leg that Giovanni Kabongo gets to show off here, and West sends a couple of men deep to return. Well, here we go. It's Week 2 of the district schedule, Week 6 overall, and both teams will look for their first district win here tonight. Somebody will come out of here with a win on their district record. Ready to go here in Sioux City. Thanks for tuning in. Here's Giovanni Kabongo sending the high right-footed end-over-end kick. This one bounces 2 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback, and West will get the football first at their own 20-yard line. So we'll see, Gabe. I'm interested to see, are they going to try to get the ball going on the ground first, or is this going to be another one of those weeks where they just say, hey, we can only have success throwing? It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, and again, this is no disrespect to the Bulldogs or the team that played last week, but if you saw what Spencer did, you're going to try to run the ball. And I mean, they've got number 2 back there. He's a big back, and Joseph, and so they're going to line up, and they're going to be a downhill team right away.
Here they go. They go under center. Sincere Douglas is the quarterback. Jason Joseph, a sweeper on the left side, and he gets off tackle, brought down by Jaden Nelson at the 22-yard line. That's a pickup of 2 yards, makes it 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Joseph is a big guy. He's actually question marks on his height and weight on here because we couldn't find it, but he's not a small back. He's a big, strong back, and Giovanni was right there to stretch it out. They only got 1 out of that. It was good pursuit, good job of getting downhill and making that play.
This will be my appreciation kind of spiel for all our coaches in the area. There's no coach in our area that doesn't have height and weight on our roster, so we thank them for that. It's just a West problem here. Sincere Douglas took the snap under center, tried to give it off to the fullback, but the play got blown up, and the Bulldogs bring him down for a loss of the 19. Couple of yards, a loss there. It'll make it 3rd and 11.
And that's really what, any time the defensive line can change the line of scrimmage, move it back, whoever does that usually wins the play. And that's exactly what happened right there. They tried to run it at Hudson Cass. Wasn't happening. Andrew Grant got in there, a little bit of fumble, and pushed him back a little bit. And now this is exactly where the Bulldogs want to be.
So 3rd down and 11 here for West. Yeah, they're behind the chains. They're stuck inside their own red zone. I formation under center at their own 19. Snap and the give on 3rd and 11. Running it up the middle is Coda Tyndall up to the 23-yard line. A little scat back picks up 4. It'll be 4th down and 7. The Wolverines go 3 and out. They'll line up to punt.
Well, that fit the script then. 3 and out. 3 runs. They didn't really deviate from that. So we'll see what happens next time, if they try to stick to it or if they do a little bit more and try to spread it out, which that's probably what I'm assuming they're going to do.
Yeah, you were telling me before we started they wanted to run the football against Storm Lake. They did so on 3 plays, then pretty much went through the air the rest of the way. So we'll see what happens on the next possession. But now West is lined up to punt. It's Abraham Gonzalez who gets a punt away. This bounces in front of Levi Schnetzer and takes a Wolverine roll across the 45 to the 40. It keeps churning its way down to the 36. So the Bulldogs will start at their own 36-yard line. Not a bad punt, all things considered. You can give them about 41 yards on that punt. Not too shabby. Bulldogs will start with 9:50 to go before the end of the first quarter at their own 36.
Yeah, they got a nice rollout on that. Levi really couldn't have caught that.
No.
It was kind of a knuckleball anyways, and so we let it roll out, and now the offense gets their opportunity.
Well, here they come. Jamie Sitzman lines up in the shotgun, motions Doherty out of the backfield, turns and gives to Grant, who sheds a tackle up the left seam to the 40, drags a defender to the 45, and he's brought down to the 46. Nice 9-yard pickup will make it 2nd and 1.
And that's the thing we're going to have to do, break a couple tackles, and don't be surprised if we get some big plays here before too long, because we're going to have to force them, and they're going to have to tackle us.
Well, the Bulldogs are hustling to the line as well, hurrying things up. Slot receiver Grant goes in motion. They give it to him, jet sweep. Actually, it's Bowen Rican around the right side, up the numbers across the 45, and he's wrestled down at the 49-yard line by Christian Lane. They'll give him the 50. It's a pickup of 4 and a first down for the Dogs.
Yeah, getting them going side to side early. Bowen's kind of picked up some momentum on that play the last couple of weeks.
Here they go, hustling to the line. Boy, up-tempo from the Dogs. 1st and 10 from midfield. They turn, give. It's Doherty straight up the middle, and he's got a nice 5-yard, 6-yard bruising run to the West High 44. Makes it 2nd and 4.
Yeah, we're going to have a big one here. It won't be long, and we're going to have a big play there. And this is the momentum and what it does to them. It gets them going and clomping up, and they're gonna pack up, and we're going to get one here. I can feel it.
2 men in the backfield with Doherty or a Sitzman in the gun. He turns and gives to the tailback Grant, sheds a tackle, gets a first down, dragging defenders in between the hashes across the 40, and he's down at the 30-yard line. That's another 14 for Andrew and a first down for the Dogs.
Just like they wanted to, establish a run game, we're trying to establish a run game. It's not something we've had a lot of success at the last couple of weeks. This has been great to see early. Hopefully we get to see it often, actually.
Yeah, I'd love to see more of this. 4 plays on the ground, totaling 33 yards to this point. 1st and 10 from the West High 30. The Wolverines kind of bite a little bit. Now Sitzman throws over the right seam. Caught by
Touchdown.
Augustine. He gets away from the safety at the 15 and waltzes into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown right up the middle of the field. Tyson Augustine with his 4th touchdown reception of the year. This one comes from 30 yards out. The Dogs go up 6-0 early over West.
Yeah, the cornerback turned his backside to the middle, kind of saying, okay, we're going to force you to the outside. And I don't know if there was a signal that went to the inside, but it didn't work. And he ran his slant, and it was 6, and there was no safety home.
Giovanni Kabongo try and tack on the point after try, and he does so successfully. So with 8:17 to play in this first quarter, the Bulldogs go 5 plays into the end zone, capped off by a 30-yard touchdown pass from Jamie Sitzman to Tyson Augustine. We'll take a break, and we're back with West's response after this here on KLEM Lamar's.
Top-notch automotive owners Jerry and Jason Mura can help with all your auto repair needs, from AC repair to transmission rebuilds, engine replacement, steering, suspension diagnostics, and more. Call 712-546-7430 or stop by Top-Notch Automotive, 1600 18th Street Southwest, Lamar's.
Score big with the Sitzman Real Estate Team. Hometown realtors Shane, Peggy, Lance, and Patty are cheering the Lamar's Bulldogs and Galen Jays on to a victory. Buying or selling, call the Sitzman Real Estate Team today at 546-7881.
This is Waching Hosi, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium here on the campus of Morningside University in Sioux City alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. 8 minutes and 17 seconds remain in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs are up by a score of 7-0 early on here in this contest. The Bulldog defense forces a 3-and-out, goes 5 plays into the end zone with a touchdown from Jamie Sitzman to Tyson Augustine, and now Giovanni Kabongo shows off his legs and kicks it through the end zone on a hop. The Wolverines will get the ball at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, and that was just I don't know if it was a broken coverage or a miscommunication by West, but it was a great identification by Tyson and Jamie to see what was going on and where it needed to go, and it got there fast. It wasn't something that hit way downfield. It hit there and then let your players be athletes.
Well, and to that point, it almost looked like that was a pre-snap read.
Yeah,
they knew that was going to be there before the play even started. So it's 1st and 10 here for West now after going 3-and-out on their last drive of their own 20-yard line. Under center is Sincere Douglas. He takes the snap, has a handoff around the right side for Jason Joseph. He's bouncing off tackle. Andrew Crane is there, and he brings him down for a loss of the 19. It's a loss of a yard to make it 2nd and 11.
Yeah, that was a long run stretch out there, and I don't think the quarterback Joseph, or is that –
it was Douglas.
Douglas, sorry. I don't think he quite realized the angle that was happening, and by the time he got out there, the running back almost stopped.
Yeah.
And so had to cut back. It was not pretty by West there.
I was going to say, it almost looked like a kind of a start of like an option play
Yeah.
with how far the quarterback had to run out there. Well, now West goes into the shotgun, and 4 receivers spread, 2 on either side. Slot left, motions right, and they give it to him. Jet sweeper on the right side. It's Abraham Gonzalez shedding a tackle across the 20, and the Bulldogs swarm to the football at the 23, bring him down for a pickup of 4. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and they're sticking with the run a little bit, so we're gonna have to continue with it. You know, you look down here and if you know Waching at all, number 1 for us, he's long and athletic, but this number 14, and now he's up to the top side. He's 6'7" according to their stats. That is, you got to take a shot to him every once in a while, you'd think.
I would imagine so, especially no offense to Deji Kabongo, but that's a height mismatch there.
Yeah.
3rd and 7 for West at their own 23-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Douglas takes a helmet-high snap, and he gives up the middle. Nowhere to go, and a penalty flag's there. I think you called it. Hudson Cass brings down the running back Coda Tyndall for no pickup. It'll be 4th down and about 8 without the penalty, but the penalty is called, and I think it it's a legal shift, so it does have to be enforced, I think.
No, it doesn't.
No,
not if they ran
it. They're walking it back. Yeah, Coach Vigdahl doesn't want it. I don't blame him. And take the down, and a down and a loss of a yard on it as well. Penalty is declined from our White Hats, so it's a loss of a yard on the carry by Coda Tyndall. And the Wolverines are in a situation where they'll have to punt the football once again.
Yeah, and West already looks a little bit upset on how things are going. I don't know. Douglas was looking to the sideline like, can we go for this? And I don't think this is where you want to go for it. You know, he's kind of – they're just trying to find their footing, like you said. First-year coach trying to figure things out. And right now, Dogs just need to take advantage of the opportunities they get.
So 4th down and 8. Here's a snap back to Gonzalez. Has to field it with a leap. Gets a good kickoff. This bounce at the 45. Near Tegan Bogan, near another Bulldog offensive lineman. Kent Westhoff was down there and nearly muffed it. But the Bulldogs stay away from it. It's down at their own 45, and that's where they'll start with the football with 6:30 to go in the first quarter, up 7-0.
Yeah, that was too close for me. Tegan's either got to catch it or get the heck away from it. I didn't think he was close to it, and it almost hit him in the foot. So here they go, though, spreading him out.
1st and 10 for the 45. Motion the tight end, Grant, and they give it to him on a jet sweep. He curls off the right edge, and a nice open field tackle at the 48-yard line by Adrian Hilden. Grant brought down for a pickup of 3 at 2nd and 7.
Yeah, we got to keep blocking on the edge because that's where those are gonna hit, and we're gonna be able to cut up field, maybe even cut back. But when you're getting going right and left there, we need to make sure we continue blocking on the perimeter. No safety here.
2nd down and 6 from the 49. Motion man is Schnetzer. They turn and give to Doherty this time, the tailback of the backfield. He carries up the right seam, dragging some defenders for 2 more yards. He's gotten to the 45, and yep, that will be a 1st down. 6 yards for Doherty. Moves the chains into Wolverine territory.
Yeah, that's right where I'm at. So I could tell we had that one as long as they spotted it where they said it was. So here they go again. Bulldogs rolling, and it's good to see the momentum with the run, and then pass when you need to.
5:34 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Bulldogs. 2 receivers right, 1 left, and the Wolverines jump, and this is going to be a neutral zone infraction that blows the play dead. Or is it? No, it is. Okay, all right. The referee with the football that was going to march it off was lined up to march it backwards, but the encroachment penalty is the call, which also blows it dead. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Dogs. They didn't get an opportunity with the free play because of that. 1st and 5 from the Wolverine 40 off the penalty. Turn and give out of the shotgun to Doherty. He sheds a tackle at the line and keeps his feet moving for another 3 yards or so. Gets to the 36 for a pickup of 4 to make it 2nd and 1.
Yeah, and there's nothing fancy about what the Bulldogs are doing here. They're sticking with what is working right now. They're not going to try to run anything unique or interesting. You know, sometimes when things aren't going well, you simplify things rather than trying to add more.
5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Snap back out of the gun to Sitzman. He fakes the handoff and fumbles the football. He was going to try and pull it. He dives on it at the 40-yard line to keep the possession. This will be a loss of 4. Now it'll be 3rd and 5 after almost a catastrophic play.
Yep, and this is the first negative play we've had all night, offensively or defensively. The first thing that hasn't gone our way. Now, how do we respond? These are the types of situations that you have to grow from and get better from.
And that's still a question you got to ask of yourself, even if you're playing an 0-5 football team. 3rd and 5 from the Wolverine 40. Turn, give Doherty around the left side. Follows his blocks up the left seam. He's got a 1st down and more. Dragging a defender to the 31-yard line. 9 yards for Doherty. Moves the chains for a Bulldog 1st down.
That's a good response. That's a good response. Give it to your bulldozer. Let him go through the middle. You know, a little bit of the window dressing there with Schnetzer coming across.
Yep.
And you know, they don't know whether they should trust their eyes or trust their heads, and they're moving all over the place. That's when big plays open up.
4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Dogs. Snap back, play fake. Sitzman dumps it off. Flash.
Nice block,
Catch made by Grant. A good block up the right numbers. 20, sheds a tackle. 15, 10, 5. Runs to the pylon. He dove for it, and he's out of bounds at the 2. 28-yard screen for Grant. It's 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
And they're going to go quick here. They're going to go quick.
So try and catch them off guard a little bit. And like you said, a great block by Cy Bixman. Gave that play a chance. 1st and goal from the 2. Sitzman in the gun, and there was movement. No penalties thrown. Handoff up the middle. Doherty toward the goal line. He's in. Touchdown Bulldogs. Jude Doherty finds his way into the end zone for the 7th time this year. And the Dogs are up 2 scores, 13-0 with 3:34 left to play in the first quarter.
That was kind of gross. I don't know that's not going to be a play that you put on the highlight for any other reason than it was a touchdown. You know, I think we kind of jumped. They didn't really get to a spot where they could do much with it.
Here's the point after try from Giovanni Kabongo. It's through the uprights, and it is good. So with 3:34 to play in the first quarter, the Bulldogs lead at 14-0 over Sioux City West on a 2-yard touchdown run by Jude Doherty. Take a break, and we're back. More Bulldog football after this here on KLEM.
Hi, Jessica G. Well, hello, Libby Lexus. I'm so excited to get the spa treatment at Easy Clean Car Wash. My owner knows how much I love the soft water. Oh, and the quick massage just makes my bumpers tingle. And the blow dry is to die for. It always leaves my exterior sleek and shiny. My owner bought me a year pass so I can have the spa treatment anytime I want.
Hey, ladies. Ooh, nice tires.
Oh, Mickey Mustang, you're such a player.
Easy Clean Car Wash. Give your car the spot treatment today. 12th Street east of Hy-Vee, Lamar's.
This is Jay Nelson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium on the campus of Morningside University alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. Well, it has followed a pretty solid script so far. 2 3-and-outs for West, 2 touchdowns for the Bulldogs, and this last one, a 2-yard touchdown run by Jude Doherty, has put Lamar's up by a score of 14-0. Here with 3:34 left to play in the first quarter, and Giovanni Kabongo gets into one, a high right-footed end-over-end boot, and this one is 5 yards deep of the end zone and rolls out for a touchback. And boy, I just love watching Giovanni Kabongo, kick footballs. That is, that's a weapon that a lot of people don't recognize, but is still a weapon nonetheless.
Yeah, and you know, our guys still have to continue. He maybe hasn't gotten as many, it doesn't feel like, into the end zone a couple times. He's maybe missed one, but it's still important that everybody checks their job and does what they need to do, because if not, if he misses one and we're coasting, that weapon becomes against us.
Yes. Yeah, it becomes a
5 wide.
Self-immolating there. Well, here we go. 5 receivers, empty backfield. Turner Joy is the quarterback now. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Takes a snap and a 3-step drop. Throws over the right seam. Diving try. The 29 didn't bring it in. It popped out of the hands of the sprawled out target over there on the right seam. Tavian Manning, the senior receiver, couldn't bring it in. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it's interesting. You have a new quarterback, and then the first thing he does is he starts slinging the pill around. And then, before they were running backs in, and now he's coming to the sideline and getting it. So it's almost a whole new operation for this.
Right.
A new operation, a new offense, everything. And actually, your starting quarterback's out here in the slot, so you never know when something tricky might happen there.
Yeah, Sincere Douglas, slot left as a receiver for the Wolverines. 5 receiver look, still an empty backfield. Joy takes a snap right side. He gets some pressure, throws right seam.
They did caught it.
Catch is made on the right seam by Adrian Hilden of the 25. What a catch. 5-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, I thought Jaden was going to pick that one.
Right.
I mean, we're a long ways away, but he looked like he was right there. Maybe they both tried to fight over it, and it just kind of rolled into his hands. But, again, that's really the only positive stuff they've had. Bulldogs trying to get another 3-and-out and get the ball back.
And again, that positivity doesn't do you any good if you can't pick up a first down here, of which West still is looking for their first fresh set of downs of the night. 2:50 to go in the first quarter. Joy in the gun on 3rd and 5. Takes a helmet high snap. Quick drop, throws left seam, catches main, going down to the 28-yard line. Is that quarterback Sincere Douglas? He's got 3. It'll be 4th down and 2.
14-0. You're down, you're going for this.
You got to go for it, yeah. We've talked about that in some other blowout situations in the high school and college level. At this point, you're kind of waving the white flag.
Yeah, and here comes the big back, so I'm just going to put on my coach's hat and say I bet they run this.
Right.
They're going to turn around and hand it off with this quarterback. And, it looks like Lamar's thinks they're going to do that too, because we got 5 guys across the front.
Yeah, 5 guys in the
and
box.
They fumble the snap.
Fumbled snap on 4th and 2. Joy dives on at the 27-yard line, but that doesn't do him any good either. It's a loss of a yard and a turnover on downs. The Bulldogs get the football back deep in Wolverine territory.
And that goes back to what I was saying before, a different operation. He came in and took 2 snaps from the shotgun, had not taken any under center, and that's a different type of snap. And all of a sudden, you don't take it right. You're trying to get out of there quick because you got to hand it off, and you fumble the snap, get no yards. Bulldog ball.
Bulldogs have it up 14-0. Out of the gun, Sitzman. He turns and gives. It's Jaden Nelson out of the backfield this time, and he gets suplexed down for a loss of the 28-yard line. Not much doing. Loss of a yard will make it 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Jaden hasn't had a whole lot of runs this year. He's back there with Giovanni now, just trying to get him back. He had that dinged-up knee, and he still wears that brace on it. And he's such an important piece of the defense. Just trying to get him a couple reps here, give Andrew a little bit of a break, Jude a little bit of a break.
Second down and 11 here from the Wolverine 28. They motion Nelson to the backfield, and they give it to him in a jet sweep around the left side. He's outside the numbers, angling toward the sideline. He goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. From right to left on that sweep, it's a pickup of 3 to make it 3rd and 8.
So this is where they haven't been. I think we've been 3rd and 5 or less every time if we've gotten a 3rd down very often. So this is probably, I mean, Giovanni can kick this, but with the momentum that you have, if you can get it within 4th and 5, I think you're going for this. See what the Bulldogs have.
3rd down and 8 for the Wolverine 25. They motion Reek into the backfield. Give it to Kabongo. He's running around the right side. He's got the speed to burn outside the right numbers. 20, 15, nice. Tripped up from behind, but a first down picked up by Kabongo to the 12-yard line. He's got 13 for a Bulldog first down.
And a good no block there by Cy. Cy ran his guy down into the middle and then put his hands up as if to say, I'm not going to clip this man, so don't call it. And, I mean, he's pleading his case before it even happens to make sure.
So 1st down and 10 for the Dogs. They are at the West High 12-yard line. Giovanni Kabongo's first touch of the night goes for 13 yards. And to your point, before that down, that was only the 2nd 3rd down of the night for the Dogs. They have converted both of them now. 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. 12. Yeah, no safety help at all. There's only one man 8 yards deep. They're going to keep it with Sitzman. Off tackle running left side. Gets a block
nice
on the
block,
edge
Tyson.
from Tyson Augustine. And Sitzman can just walk into the end zone and does for a Bulldog touchdown. A 12-yard run by Sitzman. But like you said, Gabe, Tyson Augustine with a grown man block on the outside.
Yeah, Jaden was the slot. Jaden had moved up to the slot there, and he got the first block, which allowed him to get to the outside a little bit, and then boom, it was all good to go. He followed Giovanni for a little bit and then went to the outside. Tyson absolutely manhandled that guy.
No kidding. 12-yard touchdown run for Jamie Sitzman. It's the second time he has found the end zone on the ground, and Giovanni Kabongo finds straight through the uprights for the 3rd time tonight, and your Bulldogs are up 21-0 with 51 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. So we'll take another break, and we'll come back, see if things change up when we come back here on KLEM.
Touchdown for great times at the Lamar's Eagles Club. Join us Tuesday nights for bingo, and don't miss our delicious Wednesday night burger night. Proud sponsors of local athletics, where the fun never stops. Visit the Eagles Club this week.
Men's fashions, tuxedo rentals, and dry cleaning services. That's Measures Clothing Lamar's. Open weekdays 9 till 5:30, Saturdays 9 till 4. See Chad for your homecoming outfits and more. That's Measures in the middle, downtown Lamar's.
This is Jude Doherty, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we are back here to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City. With me up in the booth is Gabe Davis. Of course, Daniel Versteg with you. Your score now with 51 seconds remaining in this first quarter. It is Lamar's 21 and Sioux City West nothing. A minute and 16 seconds. All the Bulldogs needed to find the end zone. This time a 12-yard touchdown run by Jamie Sitzman. It's his second touchdown he's been responsible for tonight in some form. Threw for one on the first score of the night. Giovanni Kabongo sails it into the end zone for a touchback. Wolverines will follow the same script. They'll get the ball at the 20-yard line. And if the last 3 possessions are to suggest anything, Gabe, West won't get a first down. The Bulldogs will get the ball back and score a touchdown. We've followed that formula so far.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm a formula guy when it comes to that. That's good stuff. You know, and again, they're just trying to find their way. You can see, I mean, we're on the west side. We can see that, you know, some heads are down significantly already. And now they have joy in the game again, so we can only assume that they're going to be in shotgun and they're going to throw the ball a little bit more.
That's kind of the tough part about having kind of a 2-quarterback system, Gabe, is if one guy's in, you know something is coming, and the other guy, the other thing's coming. We'll see what happens here. 1st and 10 for the 20. Snap back to Joyce, taking a shot over the middle of the field, and a leaping catch by Abraham Gonzalez across the 40 to the 42. That's a 22-yard pickup for Gonzalez, and West has their first down of the night.
And it's going to happen. You know, they're going to have positive plays. They're also out there trying really hard to make things go right. The good news is we have a 21-0 lead, and you have to take it all in perspective. Yes,
right.
You'd love every play to be like we were joking 3 now, and then we get to go score again. Like that's how we want it to be, but that's not realistic. They had a positive play. They're going to have hopefully not very many more, and we'll get the ball back.
I wouldn't want to be a listener, honestly. I don't care who you're rooting for. I wouldn't want to be a listener if everything was 3-and-out score, 3-and-out score. That doesn't sound very fun. 1st and 10 for the 42.
Delay a game. It's zeros. It's way zeros.
Zeros on the play clock, and now they
gave him a timeout, and it was delay a game for like. Oof.
They get the timeout off, apparently. So with 7 seconds to go in the first quarter, West has used their first timeout. We're going to keep it here because we're going to have a nice long break at the end of the first quarter. But again, the score, Lamar's 21, Sioux City West nothing. Yeah, it looked like the Wolverines are just kind of out of system, out of sorts there, and did not really know where they were going. Do want to give an update real quick from Jim Lorenzen Field. Happy homecoming for Galen Catholic, the number 8 ranked team in Class A football. And the Jays are off to a good start. Have a 14-6 lead over Sibley Ocheyedan. 2 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the first quarter in that contest. But we'll have plenty more scores for you throughout the night. We'll try and keep you up to date on all the games involving our area teams. And we'll see if we can track down some scores from around Class 4A District 1. You know what? Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. Currently in the first quarter, the team that is in the driver's seat for the district championship, I would think so, at least is the favorite right now. The Spencer Tigers lead Denison Schleswig 14-0 in the first quarter of that contest. And how about this? Storm Lake has a 6-0 lead on Fort Dodge. That game is in the first quarter of that contest as well. So don't look now. Storm Lake is threatening to go 2-0 in district play. But here we go. We are continuing on with this ball game. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. West, after picking up their first down, goes under center, single back, play fake. Sincere Douglas bootlegs left, pump fakes, and he gets a defender Cook in the air. He runs up the left numbers 45 and goes out of bounds across midfield. They're going to say he stepped out at his own 49-yard line. That's a nice scramble for 7 yards. It'll be second and a short 3.
Into the first quarter, but that's, and this is what they were hoping to get this on the first drive, or that's why they wanted to receive. It just didn't happen, and now the Bulldogs are going to have to answer.
Well, the score 21-0. Lamar's leads it going into quarter number 2. We'll take a break, and we're back with more Bulldog football after this on KLEM.
Hi, this is Tara Driscoll, physical therapist at Lamar's Physical Therapy. Did you know that we not only help athletes recover from injuries, we can also teach them how to avoid injuries through strength, flexibility, and agility? No doctor referral needed. Call us at 546-1718 for an appointment. Lamar's Physical Therapy, your hometown therapy provider.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
This is Asher Moss, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Back with the start of quarter number 2 with Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. Wolverines on 2nd and 3 from the 49-yard line. An overthrow from Turner Joy kicked off the left hand of Tegan Bogue and falls incomplete. That'll make it 3rd down and about 2 or 3 yards to go.
Yeah, he had a little bit of pressure, and we had 3 guys there, so it wasn't like that was a wide open opportunity. Right. There was 3 guys right there, so good coverage, good pressure, and now a 3rd down where, again, they're in 4-down territory probably with what the score is. So you try to do whatever you can. Quarterbacks come over to the sideline, which I don't quite understand how he's doing that every time, but just a different system right now with this quarterback.
21-0 is the score. Lamar's on top of West is in the middle of the field with 3rd and 2 at their own 49. Snap back to Turner Joy. 3-step drop. He throws left sideline, and that ball is incomplete. In and out of the hands of that big 6'7" target we were talking about, Nathan Case. On the left sideline, Jaden Nelson, Deji Kabongo over there. Incompletion makes it 4th and 2.
So we'll see. So yeah, they're going to send Joy back out there, so they're going to go for this, which, I mean, if they went for it on what it was at the 35 last time, so we're assuming they're going to go for it from the 50.
Yeah, they went for it from their own 28-yard line, actually. Yeah, so this is a no-brainer now. 4th and 2 for West at their own 49-yard line. Turner Joy in the gun. 2 receivers either side, back off the right hip. A 3-step drop out of the shotgun. Throws left sideline. Diving try by Nathan Case. He brought it in at the Bulldog 45-yard line. A great diving catch for 7 yards and a 1st down for West.
Yeah, just a little bit of couldn't quite get pressure. That was just a timing play, and Case is such a long catch radius with being 6'7", so Deji was right there. Bulldogs maybe in a little bit of man coverage there, so you have to respect him going deep because if he throws a jump ball down the field, you're at a disadvantage. So if he's going to turn and make that play, he makes the play, and you live for the next play.
1st and 10 for the Wolverines at the Bulldog 44-yard line. 2 receivers line up either side. Out of the shotgun is Turner Joy. Ball's on the left hash. He takes the snap off his right hip, gives up the middle, and Coda Tyndall has a lot of room to run across the 40 to the 35-yard line. That's a 9-yard pickup. It'll set up 2nd and 1.
Yeah, a little bit of a counter or trap action where they had some pulling backers and just didn't account for that extra gap. They kicked us out, and a huge hole there for number 5 right up the middle, so that gives them a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Yeah, Coda Tyndall, the running back there for West. He's been their top back all season. He's been averaging 26 yards a game, 4.5 yards a carry, and you can see why. He's got a lot of burst as he picks up 9 yards there. So 2nd and 1 from the Bulldog 35-yard line. 2 receivers either side of the shotgun off the right shoulder with the snap. Turner Joy throws over the middle, and that ball's dropped. Abraham Gonzalez knew he should have had it inside his own, or the Bulldog 25-yard line, but he drops it, so it'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, you can't drop that.
No.
I mean, he beat Giovanni, and that's the thing. When you run, it looks like we're running a little bit of a man-2 where we have man-to-man coverage underneath, and then you have 2 safeties kind of playing back there in their half of the field, and when that happens, you get beat on some of those. It's very hard to stay in front of guys in that opportunity when that happens.
We have a whistle and another timeout called by West High with 10:21 to go in this half. The score, Lamar's 21. West nothing. 3rd and 1 will be the down and distance to go when we come back with more Bulldog football here on KLEM.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor, Williams & Company, CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamar's. Young and old alike enjoy the competition of high school sports. Some participate, some watch, and some remember how it was. It's only a game, but it offers great life lessons and memories that last a lifetime. A few thoughts from Dan and Lori Rexwinkle of Rexwinkle Funeral Homes in Lamar's and Akron.
This is Chad Vanderweerd, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. 10:21 to play here in this first half of the contest. Lamar's leads Sioux City West by a score of 21-0. The Wolverines have now used their second of 3 timeouts here and are getting ready for a big 3rd down and 1. A nice drive here for West. They've been able to pick up 2 first downs. They've been moving the ball into Bulldog territory and now line up.
Yeah, can't.
In an I formation with Turner Joy under center. 3rd and 1, and I think the right tackle flinched. They don't call it. Snap to Joy, and he's in all kinds of trouble. He goes down for a loss. Cy Bixaman on the stop. Back at the 37-yard line. That's a loss of 2, and it's 4th and 3.
And again, he was under center, and the 2 times he's been under center, he's fumbled the snap.
Yep.
And so, as whoever is in charge of that needs to realize, like, okay, this guy, we either need to practice it with him more or not do it, because they've lost yards 2 big plays now, and that puts them at 4th and where they don't want to be, and now he's going to go under center again, and he can't feel comfortable.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen now. Two fumbles on under center snaps. He's 4th and 3, I formation. Joy under center takes the snap, and was he trying to hand it off? I don't even know. He loses the football. Bixaman got to him again. It was picked up by the tailback. He loses 2 at the 39. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Bulldogs take over.
I just don't know what. Yeah,
I was gonna say, can you translate any of that for us, Gabe?
No, it looked like he tried to QB sneak it and got stopped. So then he turned around and tried to hand it to someone, which obviously that you can't do that. You just got to roll with it. And maybe you bounce.
His fullback was ahead of him too. So
yeah, it was just. I mean, West had a good drive there, and they just fumbled it away.
Quite literally fumbled it away. Yeah, it's a turnover on downs. So they have punted it twice and turned the ball over on downs twice. And now the Bulldogs have a handoff up the middle that picks up about 4 yards to the 43. And on that carry was Andrew Grant. That's a 4-yard pickup, and it's 2nd down and 6.
And that's a solid pickup. There's nothing there.
No.
There was really nothing there, and he just muscled. And the linemen up front did what they needed to get a positive gain, and then you move on to the next one.
2nd down and 6 from the 43. Sweep play, and the jet sweep goes to Levi Schnetzer.
Space.
Gets a block to the outside, up the left numbers across midfield, and he's into Wolverine territory. They spot him down to the 48. That's a pickup of 9 for a Bulldog first down.
Yeah, and they just stretched it out, and then Levi found his opportunity, went in there, got what he needed to, got the first down, and now the Bulldogs are rolling again. And this is exactly where they want to continue to stay ahead of the chains.
21-0 Lamar's leads, 8:52 to play in the first half. Out of the gun is Sitzman. He motions Grant out of the backfield, slings it to him on a screen pass, and he dropped it. They call it a forward pass. Nobody fell on it, but the referees do blow it dead. It's incomplete, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and that's when Andrew knows that he probably should have pulled in, maybe peaked a little early, because he had some good blocks out there from Colin Murphy and Levi Schnetzer, and there was a lot of space.
Is there ever a play where you can have kind of both guys be at fault there? Because Sitzman, I think, was just a little behind him on the pass too. So tough break there. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Doherty straight up the middle, across the 45, tripped up to the 42 on a 6-yard pickup, and it's 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and that's a great run. But going back to what you just asked, that's a hard pass. Throwing it down a line there, and you're taught, okay, we got to throw it ahead, and if the angle of the running back is just a little bit different from the previous time, now it's behind them, and then it becomes an issue. So Jamie gets probably enough blame from time to time, so I'll give him credit.
There you go. Here's 3rd and 4. Sitzman keeps around the right side, and this time he takes a hit at the 40 and goes down after a pickup of 2. That'll make it 4th and 2. And a bit of an interesting decision here for Coach Vigdahl and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and I think the tone has been set. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of punts the rest of the night, as long as we're living around midfield for either team. So we're going to see 4th down, go for it. Maybe he'll
take a timeout.
Run it down. No, there's still plenty left. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but then I looked up and there's still 20 seconds. So
yeah, and he's walking away from the side judge there. So we will go for it. 4th and 2 from the West High 40. Out of the motion, Schnetzer. They give to Doherty. He's got a whole left side up. Big gain, 35-30. He turns on the afterburners to the 25, and he's dragged down from behind to the 21-yard line. 19 yards for Doherty, and a first down for the Dogs.
And that's such a hard play for a defense when you have the Schnetzer coming in motion, and they only need a few. And last time he ran for 9. So he comes in motion, and you get just a step out of alignment, and it allows for a good blocking angle and a huge run out for Jude there.
First down and 10 for the Dogs after a 4th down and 2 conversion. Snap to Sitzman. Knee high. Drops to throw. Dumps it off. Catch made by Doherty. Nobody's there to the 10, to the 5.
No,
one
run
man
him
to
over,
beat at
Jude.
the goal line. Doherty stepped around him at the 1 and goes down. A pickup of 20. It'll be 1st and goal to the 1.
I love Jude Doherty, but he's got to just barrel through that. and right now, you know what? If I'm calling a play, Andrew Grant, Jamie Sitzman might be getting the call here or Levi Schnetzer. Jude, you had your opportunity, bud. You got to put that shoulder down. You got a defensive back. You got to run through him.
1st and goal from the 1. Sitzman yells commands to the line. 3 receivers line up right, 1 left in Augustine. They do turn and give it to Jude. He goes right and goes down for nothing. They roll him down at the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, Jude needs 2 steps forward before he starts going right and left, and he just didn't have an opportunity there. They really kind of dominated the line for the first time tonight on that play.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen the Bulldogs really have trouble getting back to the line of scrimmage. 6:26 to go in this first half. And Lamar's with a 21-0 lead and can do a lot to try and put this game away. Sitzman goes under center, 3 tight ends, takes the snap and gives to Doherty. Penalty flag is thrown. Doherty's into the end zone for a touchdown, but I don't think it is going to stay on the scoreboard. I think the Bulldogs were in an illegal formation.
Offsides defense.
Oh, a defensive offsides. But they're going to say it.
Wait.
They blew the play dead because of it.
What? Well, that shouldn't have been.
I don't understand. It was an offside. I don't know. Maybe there was some contact there. Anyway, 2nd and goal for the 1. They give it to Doherty. This time
Push him in.
Stood up at the goal line.
There
He's in. Touchdown Bulldogs. So the same result. It is a little 1-yard score from Jude Doherty, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. And the Bulldogs go up 27-0 with 6:03 to play in the half.
Coach is really nice to him on that one.
Oh, no kidding.
I'm gonna ask Jude what he was thinking, because I know if his brother's listening, his brother would have run him over.
Oh,
I guarantee
100%.
His brother would have run him over.
He would have stepped over him.
Yeah.
He would have made him felt it. That's for sure. Yeah, Jude's got to work on that. We'll see if he can get that ready for next week. Here's the point after try from Giovanni Cabango, and it is inside the right upright and good. So the Bulldogs are dominating. 6:03 to go in this first half. And your score now, it is Lamar's 28 and Sioux City West nothing. We'll take a break, come back, and have more Bulldog football after this on KLAM Radio.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
This is Caleb Brewer, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium here at Morningside University in Sioux City. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. Lamar's up big, 28-0 over Sioux City West. 6:03 to go in this first half. Another touchdown run for Jude Doherty. It caps off a 9-play, 61-yard drive in a little over 3.5 minutes. And the Bulldogs are dominating. Score now 28-0 here with 6:03 to play in the half. Giovanni Kabongo will try his routine kick into the end zone for a touchback. And this bounce at the 3. This is a live football. It's picked up on the hop at the 4 and taken back by the Wolverines. Right seam to the 10 and dropped before the 15-yard line was Tavian Manning. What a kick by Jude. It got a perfect neutral bounce. He's down to short of the 15-yard line, and West's field position is not helping their cause.
Yeah, that was not a good play on their part. I don't know why the individual stood there and just kind of watched it bounce. He could have caught it. And
it was kicked right at him,
yeah,
too.
he wouldn't have had to move. And I thought it was deeper than that from our angle. It's hard to tell sometimes. I thought it was going to significantly go in. It hit right behind him and bounced right at him. It just not a very smart play on their half and gives them very poor field position.
Yeah, West is starting this drive from their own 14-yard line. They spread out the formation again on 1st and 10. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Turner Joy, the only man in the backfield, takes a snap, drops to throw. He sidearm slings it over the middle, and the catch is made across the 25-yard line. And a first down picked up by Tavian Manning, who was the guilty party on that kickoff. Might have made up for it a little bit with a 12-yard pickup and a first down for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and like we said, those are going to happen. We're bringing pressure with 4. We're dropping guys, so they're going to have some opportunities to make some plays, and so be it. Let's just make sure we keep them in front. We don't give up anything big, and eventually they're going to throw us the ball, and we're probably going to score off of it.
Yep. So 1st and 10 here for the Wolverines from their own 26-yard line. Get a little bit more breathing room. 5 receiver looks with 3 right. And Turner Joy's in the gun. He takes a snap. Quick drop. Throws over the middle and just past the outstretched arms of Adrian Hilden and incomplete. Not a bad route. He was open over the middle, but couldn't dial in the connection, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he got a couple steps right there on Jaden, and there was, but he also had coverage over the top.
Right.
So he had to fit it in where it was almost a perfect spot. It was just a little bit out of the reach. He may have, kind of gotten into a collision with Jaden, which is what he's there for. So let's keep doing that. And we're due for a turnover, aren't we?
I would say so. We haven't had one all night, unless you want to count turnover on downs, but that's not statistically a turnover. 2nd and 10 from the 26. 2 receivers either side now. Joy, the knee-high snap out of the gun. He throws left side. Oh, it was almost there. Bixman deflected the screen pass and couldn't bring in the interception. We almost called that. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 10.
Oh, Cy. Cy was right there. It's just so he's looking at his hands.
Yep.
Everybody's giving him a hard time,
and he just
which he
pointed
rightfully
to the end
deserves.
zone, yeah. He just pointed to the end zone saying, I would have had 6.
You know what Ching's laughing at him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Levi Schnetzer's giving him a hard time now, too.
And you know what? It's easy to chuckle about those when you're up 28-0. If it's a 7-point game, it hurts a little bit more, but you learn from it, and you can't break the huddle with that. That's a penalty. We're going to throw that?
Yep. Do we have a timeout? Yep, timeout has been called ahead of that, I guess. All right. Well, with 5:12 to go in the half, 28-0 Lamar is a 3rd down and 10 upcoming for the Wolverines when we come back here on KLEM.
When it comes to service, your Lamar's Hy-Vee is #1 for shopping both in-store and online. Save with the Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards program at Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Colbeck Incorporated is proud to support local high school athletics. They encourage you to play hard and play smart and always show good sportsmanship. Best of luck from your friends, Brian, Kevin, and Wayne Colbeck.
This is Ken Vigdal, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM Clem.
And we are back to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City on the campus of Morningside University. With me is Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. It's 28-0, and Lamar's is dominating Sioux City West and well on their way to their first district win of the season. But, of course, still plenty of football to be played. 5:12 to go in the half, and it's 3rd down and 10 for West from their own 26. Wolverines are now out of timeouts for this half. Turner Joy in the shotgun, and he takes the shoulder-high snap. A quick 3-step drop, steps up, throws left. Seen that ball's deflected away and incomplete. Deji Kabongo is probably giving up half a foot against Nathan Case. Gets in front of him to deflect it incomplete, and it's 4th and 10. And it looks like the Wolverines are going to line up to punt here.
Yeah, I don't know if Case plays basketball, but at 6'7", you just assume he does.
You'd have to hope so.
He most certainly was trying to box out Deji, and Deji was just that annoying, undersized guy that just kind of went around him, got that hand up there, and we are going to see a punt.
Yeah, I got Deji at 5'9", which means he's giving up, according to some of the numbers we found online, he's giving up 10 inches of height to Nathan Case. So I guess the best option, just step around him, get in front of him, Here's the snap. Gonzalez hauls in the high snap with one hand, gets the kick away, and this is fielded on the fly by Schnetzer. He breaks a tackle, 41, gets a crease. Right numbers to the 40, 35 to the 30. Cuts it back left to the seams to the 25-20. Left seam to the 15 to the 10. He's all the way to the end zone. That's a Bulldog touchdown. No penalty flags, and Levi Schnetzer houses a 59-yard punt return for 6. And the Dogs are a point after away from the running clock with 4:50 to go before halftime.
That was beautiful. And there, and again, that's where football is a numbers game. And Levi had one guy to beat, and it's no offense to the young man that's out there playing his tail off from West, but it was a lineman. And when you have linemen out there on punt team, it's tough. They just don't move as well. And Levi's faster. And so you saw once he beat that crew, he was ready to go, and it was all over from there.
The first special teams touchdown of the year for the Bulldogs has put them up 34-0. And by my count, a 59-yard touchdown return on the punt by Levi Schnetzer. And now here's Giovanni Kabongo on the point after try. The right-footed kick got deflected, and it's no good. So we do not have the running clock with 4:50 to go before halftime. It's Lamar's 34 and West nothing. That kick ended up being blocked. So we'll take a break, come back, and the Wolverines will get the football after this. You're listening to Bulldog Football here on KLEM.
State Farm agent Michael Crank is a proud supporter of local athletics. Whether you are looking for auto, home, or health insurance, choose the agent that will be on your side. State Farm agent Michael Crank.
Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud supporters of this broadcast. Hard work and determination are vital to the success of our area athletics. The Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud to stand behind our athletes and coaches as they work towards success on the field and in the classroom.
This is Christian Cook, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. A 59-yard Levi Schnetzer kick return for a touchdown, or a punt return for a touchdown, I should say, has put the Bulldogs up 34-0 here with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in our first half. And now Giovanni Kabongo will be lined up to kick this one away for the Dogs, who are just a point away from putting the running clock into effect, but could not get that point after kick to go through after West got a paw on it. So here we go. Kabongo sends a high right-footed end-over-end kick, and this one will be taken for the 5-yard line by Coda Tyndall. He runs it out right seam, 15-20, gets a seam to the 25, right numbers to the 30, and he's dragged down from behind. Kent Westhoff on the stop at the 29-yard line, and the Wolverines will have their best field position of the night, starting at their own 29.
Not very often is your kicker the first one down on your kick coverage. It doesn't happen very often, but that's what, when you have someone like Giovanni who is now kind of taking a role on the defense as being somewhat of a hitter and attacking. He's taken a little bit more pride in that. I remember his freshman, sophomore year, he was just kicking it down there and hoping it didn't get to him because he didn't quite have the muscle and the strength to keep up with that. But now he's perfectly capable of doing that.
Yeah, I was going to say, Giovanni Kabongo is not the Giovanni Kabongo I saw my first year here in town.
Nope.
And that's a good thing by all measure. 1st and 10 of the 29. Joy drops to throw, pressure in his face, throws over the middle, and an easy interception by Tegan Bogue at the 49. He runs it back right seam, 40, 35, 30, sheds a tackle 25, and then he goes down short of the 20-yard line at the 22. Tegan Bogue has his 3rd interception of the year, and the Dogs will start just outside the red zone.
Yep, and that was almost a fair catch type of punt where it came to him, and it was keep everybody keep your blocks in front, and you're going to have very, very good field position. They did just that. It looks like someone's down for West, and no one's realized it. We probably need to help the gentleman out.
Here comes a West trainer for the Wolverines, and they will take a look at that player that is down on the field for West at the moment. Another interception for Tegan Bogue here on the season. That is great to see, his 3rd of the year. That leads the Bulldogs by a pretty decent amount. And that is where we sit. The Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10 at the Wolverine 22-yard line. Let's take this time to take a look at some scores that we could track down for you around the area involving Plymouth County teams. Got a good battle going on in Mobile. The Little Brown Jug is on the line between Kingsley Pierce and River Valley and 9th-ranked Woodbury Central. Wildcats have a slight 21-14 lead over KPRV. We will try and track down one of their co-head coaches, Travis Newman, for the Coach's Corner coming up tomorrow morning. Also currently going on in Hinton. 9th-ranked Hinton has a 14-0 lead in the second quarter over MVAO COU. And that is a big district contest as the Blackhawks look to get to 2-1 in district play. But we'll have a full rundown of scores around Plymouth County, around the district, and whatever else we can track down for you. We'll have that coming up at the half, along with a recap of what we have seen to this point in the first half of play. Well, after that dinged-up Wolverine heads over to the sideline, that sophomore offensive lineman Cash Olson. He'll be attended to by the West training staff, and now the Bulldogs have the football after Tegan Bogue's 3rd interception of the year. 1st and 10 for the 22. Sitzman out of the shotgun with a motion man. He gives to Jude Doherty, who rips his way out of a tackle across the 20, and he's down to the 15-yard line. Nice physical 7-yard run for Jude Doherty. It's 2nd down and 3.
That's the physical runs we're used to seeing. Jude, he caught that pass and didn't finish it as physical last time. He did it just fine right there.
So 2nd down and 3, and again, the Bulldogs really picking up the tempo. Sitzman gives to Doherty. Off tackle running right side. Curls up the seam to the 10, to the 5, and he's tripped up and brought down to the 4. That's an 11-yard pickup. It's 1st and goal.
Yeah, and we talked about that it's a numbers game, and we've said that before, and the Bulldogs know that. We're deeper.
Yep.
We're probably just a better team overall, but then also we have so many more available opportunities to have explosive plays, so let's keep running that pace.
3:45 to go in the half. Sweep play around the left side. The jet sweep toss to the left sideline it goes, and into the end zone is Bowen Rican for a Bulldog touchdown. Bowen Rican finds the end zone. That's his first score of the season, and the Bulldogs go up 40-0 with 3:36 left to go before halftime.
And that will get the clock going.
Yes, that will officially put us into a running clock scenario. The official gives the signal to the scorekeeper, and that will take effect after the following kickoff, of course, because none of these plays are timed. Giovanni Kabongo, the point after kick. This time it is more than good. Straight through the uprights, and the Bulldogs have taken a 41-0 lead with 3:36 to go in the half on a 4-yard touchdown run by Bowen Rican. We'll take a break, and we've got more Bulldog football on the way, so stick around. You're listening to Bulldog football right here on KLEM Lamar's.
At American Bank, we believe in offering you what you want in a bank. Free checking, free debit and ATM cards, extended lobby and drive-up hours, competitive loans and deposit rates, online and mobile banking with bill payment and mobile deposit services. American Bank, achieving success together for over 130 years.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Julie Hurt with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's, your local real estate expert dedicated to results. Whether buying or selling a home, call me, Julie Hurt, with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's at 540-7757. That's 540-7757.
This is Jamie Sitzman, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City, coming to you from the Irving and Carolyn Jensen press box. With me is Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. 3:36 to go here in the first half of play. And the Bulldogs with a dominating 41-0 lead on the 4-yard touchdown run by Bowen Reekin, his first score of the night. And now Kabongo sends a little pooch kick. It gets by the up man, Coda Tyndall, and he runs it back from the 20. Now he's trying to angle back to the left side, sidesteps a defender, works his way out of a tackle at the 20, and he goes down at the 23-yard line. Not too bad a kick return for Coda Tyndall, and with 3:25 to go in the half, the Wolverines will have the football down 41-0.
Yeah, and once we get the clock going, it will be, 24, 27, 25 left in the game, and as long as things keep going, and this is where in the second half you're going to get some opportunities for some guys that maybe don't get those opportunities, but you still want to stay crisp. The last thing you want is this to be a 56-28 game or something weird like that.
And now our official is telling our clock operator to wind the clock, but our clock operator must be sipping on some coffee right now and is not paying attention. So 1st and 10 from the 23. We'll get it going and keep it going here. Joy hands it off up the middle, and this is looks like Jason Joseph on the carry as he powers his way up to the 29-yard line. Not a bad run. 6 yards there for Joseph. It'll be 2nd and 4.
No, and that's the unfortunate thing for West. Their best plays have come through the pass game.
Yep.
But really, for them, I think just with numbers-wise, what they need to do to be successful is be able to run the ball. And when you can't run the ball and you're outmanned, it's a recipe for disaster. And so the Bulldogs have taken every advantage that they could get tonight, and they've really controlled every bit of this game.
41-0 is the score, and it's not quite halftime yet. 2nd down and 4 from the 29. Snap back to Joy. Quick drop, throws left seam. That ball's deflected up in the air, and it falls incomplete. And intended target on the left seam there. Couldn't bring it in. Let it get to his shoulder pads. The incompletion brings up 3rd and 4.
And they stopped it.
And they stopped the clock. So somebody's got to get in his ear and get the clock. Yeah, there we go. Our umpire's trying to do it. Somebody's got to pay attention down there.
He's gonna need surgery.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna tear a rotator cuff here at some point.
They are not paying attention. There they go.
There we go. All right, the clock is running, and hopefully will stay running. And now that they've gotten that through to the clock operator,
maybe that's why they don't have any more home games.
Well, there you go. Well, that might be a contributing factor at this point. 3rd and 4 for the 29. And here's Joy. Quick drop. Look at the throw. Right seam. That ball is caught on the flats. And a nice open field tackle. Cy Bixaman finally wrestles down the target, Jason Joseph, at the 26-yard line. They're going to say a loss of a couple yards on that play. And it'll be 4th down and about 6.
That was a great tackle. Open field tackle by Cy. He got there before the guy could turn upfield. Uh-oh. Now we're going to stop it because he's a little dinged up.
Yep, injuries always stop the clock there, so Jason Joseph is dinged up on the play. And, that was a good open field tackle by Cy. Wrapped up the ball carrier, drove him down to the turf. But I'm also wondering why that wasn't blown dead ahead of time.
I totally agree.
I
mean, and it almost looked like Cy had him wrapped. He knew he wasn't going anywhere. He's driving. He could have done the old hip toss and tossed him down, but Cy's a smart individual. He's not that type of player. He's going to try to just push him back, and it was almost like Cy was like, okay, I don't want to get a stupid 15-yarder for throwing him down late. So he just they just were spinning, almost dancing out there for a little bit, and it probably should have been blown down.
And also, too, Cy's not a dummy by any means. He doesn't want to hurt a guy. He doesn't want to get himself hurt. So, but the officials didn't blow the whistle. So Cy knows you got to keep going. If they're going to make me drag you to the ground, I guess I'm going to have to do it. I don't want to have to do it. And because they didn't blow the whistle on it, we have an injured West player.
They could have just blown it when he was up, and
should have been blown dead.
And unfortunately, he was over here earlier sitting down and kind of dinged up, and so he's flexing the knee. It looks like he's going to be okay, and sometimes, it hurts right away, and then after you move it around a little bit, you're okay.
Yeah, hopefully he is okay, but I just hate seeing seeing people get hurt in a game like this. That's the last thing you want to have happen. And could have been very preventable. But anyway, minute 40 to go in the half, and the Wolverines will line up to punt the football. It's 4th and 7 from their own 26. Snap goes over the head of Abraham Gonzalez, picks it up inside his own 10. He runs, tries to get the kickoff. Now it's dropped and rolls out of bounds to the 8. And the comedy of errors just continues here for West. The Bulldogs will have it 1st and goal at the Wolverine 8-yard line.
And we have a host of new, younger bodies coming in here, it looks like. So that'll probably be it for most of our older guys. Our younger ones are going to get, and the clock should still be going, or how's it?
I think it should
once they spot it, they roll.
I think they have to put the ball ready to play,
and then they go. Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
So. Whole slew of new bodies we'll get to talk about here in the second half.
Eli Milkey is the quarterback in there in the shotgun. 2 receivers either side. He turns and he gives nowhere to go for Brett Coons to the 11-yard line. A loss of 3 will make it 2nd and goal.
Yeah, and Bulldogs are still going to try to establish a run, and this is where, those younger guys can sit there and say, well, that's varsity starter. Yep, and that's what you need to play like. Those are the guys you need to compete with. So. West doesn't have a whole lot of guys to sub. You're going to see these same guys as long as they're healthy.
2nd and goal from the 10. Back out of there is Milkey. He throws. The lefty slings the screen pass, and it falls incomplete. Deflected away from Jarrett Forbes, the target. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 10.
Maybe one more before half, and then that'll be half.
That's kind of what it looks like. 30 seconds. The game clock and play clock are identical. Actually, if anything, the game clock's a little less. I think the Bulldogs can just take this into the half and might do so. We'll see. Here they go to the line.
These guys deserve reps too, and that's something that everybody sometimes struggles with from time to time.
Well, they've earned one more play, so they're going to run it. 3rd and goal from the 10. Milkey gives. Jet sweeper on the left side.
Xavier.
And it's Xavier Kraft. Not much doing for him. And he's driven out of bounds. Again, that play runs a little longer than I would have liked, but nevertheless, it's the end of our first half of play. Xavier Kraft on that last carry for the Bulldogs. So, after one half of football, a very eventful half of football, the Bulldogs are up by a score of 41-0 over Sioux City West. So, we will take a break. We'll come back, run down the first half of action, get you caught up on what you may have missed, and we'll try and track down some scores from around Plymouth County, around Class 4A District 1, and then we'll also get you some extraneous scores from around the area as well. Again, the halftime score, it's Lamar's 41 and West nothing. We're back with more Bulldog football after this here on KLEM Lamar's.
Lamar's Agri-Center, your local source for top-performing Kent feed products, bulk grass seed, bulk bird seed, lawn care essentials, dust control solutions, and much more, all accompanied with exceptional service. The Lamar's Agri-Center, your source for everything that grows.
Being on the winning team in Northwest Iowa for over 130 years, Iowa State Bank is a proud supporter of all our area high school sports teams.
Iowa State Bank, we're ready for you.
Advanced Eye Healthcare, Dr. Becky DeRuyter knows all of our student athletes need to keep their eye on the ball. Make sure with an eye exam at Advanced Eye Healthcare at Walmart Vision Center in Lamar's. Dr. Becky DeRuyter.
You have worked hard to build your business, and Northwest Bank wants to help you grow it. Whether you need business lending, checking, savings, or treasury management services, Northwest Bank has the resources you need to make your business succeed. Experience the highest level of customer service and competitive rates in our community. Bank where small business is a big deal. Northwest Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Northwest Bank, commitment you can bank on.
Get more because you deserve more with Kylie Petty's Century 21 ProLink, serving Lamar since 2011. Wishing our local teams a successful season. Visit KyliePetty.com for your real estate needs.
Success is born of skill and team. Like the teams playing, CNOS has combined award-winning skill and teamwork into the premier medical facility in the region. For the areas of joint, bone, muscle, nerve, and brain are treated with the skills of comprehensive care from a team of highly trained experts. And CNOS takes care of many of the student athletes in Siouxland. CNOS is proud to bring you this game. Go to CNOS.net to learn more.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling and I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee and Lamar's.
Galen Catholic School, excellence in education, leadership through Christ. For information, check their website at galencatholic.org.
MRK Insurance knows that teamwork is dream work. At MRK Insurance, you get a great partner for all of your insurance needs. Visit them today on Central Avenue in Lamar's for a no-obligation quote for all of your insurance needs. That's MRK Insurance in Lamar's.
Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC in Lamar's supports our local student athletes, trusted for generations with reliable legal guidance. So when you are in need of legal services, consult with one of the attorneys at Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC, located at 38 First Avenue Northwest, Lamar's, Iowa.
This is Cy Bixman, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium here on the campus of Morningside University in Sioux City. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you, and it is halftime. And the Bulldogs are putting on a dominant performance in all aspects. A 41-0 lead over Sioux City West here at the half. Let's run down some of the first half stats for you here in this contest. We'll start. As far as total offense is concerned, the Bulldogs are just steamrolling West right now. 222 yards of total offense to West's 67. It can also be broken down in another way. 7.5 yards per play for the Bulldogs. West just 2.5 yards per play. On the ground, the Bulldogs have 145 rushing yards, 77 passing yards. West with 21 yards on the ground and just 46 yards passing. Turnovers, West has thrown or has turned the ball over a couple of times, and now an interception in there from Tegan Bogue, as the Bulldogs have capitalized on every opportunity right now. West 3 of 7 on third downs, 2 of 4 for the Dogs on third downs in the contest. For Lamar's individually, Jamie Sitzman is 3 of 3 through the air for 77 yards. Not too shabby. He hit Tyson Augustine for that 30-yard touchdown completion. Andrew Grant came 2 yards short of a touchdown, but he had a 28-yard catch, and Jude Doherty caught one for 19 yards. Jude Doherty's also run the ball 11 times for 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. Andrew Grant, he's got 4 carries for 31 yards on the ground as well. On the defensive side, Jaden Nelson, he is leading the way in tackles. He's been in on 4 of them. Cy Bixman, he's got 3 solo tackles in the first half as well. And again, West just does not have anything going for them. Turner Joy is 6 of 15 for 46 yards. Found Abraham Gonzalez for a 22-yard completion in there. But again, just not much to speak of as far as success for West offensively. And, well, that's just kind of the way it's gone. You've got a team that can't move the football right now, and you've got a team that can pretty much do nothing wrong with the ball, and you get the score we have on the board right now.
And we haven't done anything fancy.
No.
I mean, we've run the ball, and I mean, if I was listening to you right, Andrew Grant got tackled just before on his, would have been a touchdown, and Jude got tackled on his, would have been a touchdown. Jamie Sitzman is 5 yards from being 3 for 3 with 3 touchdowns.
Right.
On our 3 passes.
5
I mean, if you
combined,
think, I mean, that's wild to think about. So, yeah, it's just been an efficient night out of the offense, doing what they needed to do. Let's not act like we're beating, you know, the Kansas City Chiefs out here, you know. But they're doing what they need to do against the team that is on the other side of the field, and that's exactly what had to happen tonight. We said at the beginning, this has got to be a get-right game. There's been a bad taste in our mouth the last couple of weeks as Bulldog fans, and the team's had it, the coaches have had it, and you could feel it a little bit, but you knew that you know they're capable of this. We've seen them play some really good moments, even in the last 2 weeks when the scoreboard didn't go our way. This is what the defense is expected to do, and you know it's again easier when you're playing a team that maybe doesn't have the identity that Spencer has or that MOC has with the athletic ability. But you only can play the team that is out there, and that is West tonight, and we are taking everything away from them and dominating.
Yeah, and you know, Coach Vigdal has talked about it, you know, before. There are some games that fans would view as important on your schedule, but when you're on the football field, the team you are playing is the most important game you are going to play that week. So you can't worry about Fort Dodge next week. You can't worry about your postseason matchup in a few weeks. You got to worry about West. And again, you know, you could talk about a lot of different things, but one thing the Bulldogs are not doing is overlooking their opponent. I think a 41-0 score suggests that they have all the respect in the world for West and have come to play here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And it would be easy to do. You know, it is so easy, especially for for high school kids that although they feel they know it all, they're lacking. I mean,
they don't.
Yeah, believe it or not, they don't. We were all there once, and we all knew it all, and then we've gotten so much smarter since we figured out we didn't know it all. And so these guys have bought into what's happening. I talked to Coach in the hall today, and jokingly, I gave him the, hey, what's the game plan stuff, because that's the worst thing you can say to a coach. If anybody out there, you don't need to ask about a game plan. The game plan is to do everything they can to win the game, and that's really what it is. So, but I said, what's the game plan? And he said, actually, you know what? We're going to simplify things. We're gonna make it, instead of drawing up more plays, we're going to draw up less plays. We're going to make it easier. Right. And when Lamar's doesn't have to necessarily think about the extras and can just go be really, really confident in what they're doing, they're very, very strong. And the last, I'm not saying anything for the last couple weeks, but, maybe they just weren't as confident in it. Sure. We do still have a fairly young team. We lost a big senior class. So some of these guys, they're 5 games into their varsity careers ever. And that's even counting some seniors that are playing that didn't play much last year. Right. So this is what they needed. This is what they're doing. Now, the second half, the important part is keeping everybody engaged. And then those guys that get the opportunities, some juniors that don't play much, maybe some seniors that don't play much, some sophomores that get in, stay crisp, stay solid. Let's finish this the right way, score a couple more touchdowns. I know the defensive coaches want that goose egg up on the board if at all possible. Everybody stay solid, do what they're supposed to do, and good things will end up going from here on out.
And hopefully that engagement can happen, Gabe, too, because we've already seen backups into the ball game. And so backups understand, hopefully all of them understand, that, the game is out of reach, but you're kind of putting on an audition for what you might be able to bring to the varsity team. God forbid a player goes down, and you need to be the next man up,
Yeah, and you are. You're auditioning for that position. They're gonna see who's tough, and some people would say, well, West isn't gonna sub. But they don't have a whole lot of people to sub.
They don't have any options. Yeah.
And so what those second string, third string guys are gonna get opportunities to do is play varsity football. So it doesn't matter if that's what you feel should happen because you're a sophomore and you're going against a senior. Guess what? That's varsity football. Yep. Y'all want to play varsity football, you get to play it. Is this the best varsity football team in the world? No, it is not. But it is a varsity football team, and they have their homecoming, and they're going to try to make the best second half possible. That's what their coaches are telling them right now. They're probably telling them 0-0, even though we all know that's a load. It's no such thing. But they're trying to motivate them because they have 3 very tough weeks to end their season. And so they want to try to get some momentum going, and they don't care who's out there. They don't care if there's a sophomore. So our younger guys are going to have opportunities. They need to go out, and just do what they're coached to do and build that momentum. And hopefully we get to see a bunch of varsity guys, starters, and those second string guys come together with those sophomores coming together. And that's what this program's about. And that's going to take them into hopefully 3 more weeks.
Yep.
And maybe more.
Yes, hopefully. We can hope that there is a 10th football game for the Bulldogs. And again, the thing you mentioned, too, is there's going to be opportunities here. But now with the whole running clock being in effect, we had a running clock game, Galen and Alta Aurelia earlier this year. Alta Aurelia did not give up the football for the entire fourth quarter. So, that might be an instance where you might only have 2 drives the rest of the game. And so, you get shortened opportunities. You got to make the most of them if you're going to be out there.
Yeah, you get 1 or 2 plays, and if by some chance, Coach is still going to probably call the offense as he would a normal offense. So you're going to pass on 3rd and long, and you're going to do those types of things that maybe you would normally do, and that's fine. But if that ball comes to you, you better catch it.
Yep.
And exactly. If you got to pick up a blitzer, you better pick them up, or vice versa. If it's a 3rd down on their end and you get sent on a blitz, you better make sure you get home.
Right. Well, as far as the scoring is concerned, should run down the scoring summary from this 41-0 first half. We'll also get you some scores from around the area as well. The first touchdown of the game came on a 30-yard pitch and catch from Jamie Sitzman to Tyson Augustine's second score was a 2-yard Jude Doherty touchdown run. Then a 12-yard touchdown run by Jamie Sitzman. That made it 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. Bulldogs got the ball back, and Jude Doherty had to be given a couple of extra tries on that drive, but he was able to find the end zone from a yard out. That made it 28-0. Then the Wolverines decide to punt the football to Levi Schnetzer, which turned out to be a bad choice. A 59-yard punt return for 6 from Schnetzer. That made it 34-0 with a missed point after. And then an interception by Tegan Bogue. Bulldogs get the ball back, and the jet sweep to Bowen Regan was his first touchdown score of the season. And that put the Bulldogs up 41-0. So you've also, you keep in mind that currently 5 different Bulldogs have carried the football into the end zone at some point here tonight, and you've got a nice team lead here at the halftime break. Again, our score is Lamar's 41 and West nothing. When we come back, we'll run down the halftime scores from around Plymouth County, around the district, and we'll get you some other scores that might be of note as well. Again, it's halftime, and the Bulldogs lead 41-0. We're back after this with more of our halftime coverage here on KLEM.
Supporting our students in their endeavors at school is important to Prime Bank. Making sure that our students have the best chance for success is why we work hard to provide our backing. Prime Bank wishes all of our teams and groups good luck.
Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's is a proud supporter of area athletics. They focus on strong, healthy bodies with all their dairy products. And they continue to strive hard to provide the best possible dairy products to their customers. That's Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's.
Plymouth Awards and Engraving is a proud sponsor of local athletics. For all of your custom awards and engraving needs, visit Plymouth Awards and Engraving at 130 4th Avenue Northeast in Lamar's. You are sure to find that perfect gift for anyone at Plymouth Awards and Engraving.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Certified Public Accountants Cruise & Cruise extend their support to all the athletes and remind everyone, in the spirit of sports, participation is more important than winning. Cruise & Cruise Accounting, proud to be a sponsor of KLEM Sports.
Connected Electric South is your electrical headquarters for residential, commercial, and agriculture. Call for a free quote today at 546-5062. Call Connected Electric South for all your electrical needs. 546-5062.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Floyd Valley Healthcare wants you to play at the peak of your skills. Don't forget to stretch your muscles, hydrate, and schedule your wellness checks to reach your full potential. Best of luck from Floyd Valley Healthcare in Lamar.
Protect your eyes from the sun during the game and all year long with sunwear from Gretkin Family Eye Care downtown Lamar's. And don't forget to schedule your back-to-school eye exams with Gretkin Family Eye Care.
Siouxland Glass is so glad you're supporting local athletes and listening to this great matchup. Siouxland Glass wants me to tell you that if you have a chip or crack in your windshield or need the whole thing replaced, you can call them at 540-9080. Siouxland Glass!
This is Bowen Regan, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you, and it is halftime where Lamar's leads Sioux City West by a score of 41-0 here in district football, week 6 of the season, week 2 of the district schedule. This is the time we bring you some of the scores around our area, around Plymouth County, Northwest Iowa, and around Class 4A District 1. Let's get into it first with our scores involving our area football teams. It is homecoming in Lamar's currently. Galen Catholic is the number 8 ranked team in Class A football, and they are nice on their way to getting a win over Sibley Ocheyedan and being that much closer to a district title. The Jays have a 21-12 lead at the half over the Generals of Sibley Ocheyedan. It's also homecoming in Marcus currently, and MMCRU and Akron Westfield. That's a good battle as well. Westerners looking for their first win. Royals have just a 6-0 lead at the half in that contest. In Class 1A in District 1, 9th-ranked Hinton. They are dominating Maple Valley, Anthenono, Charter Oak Ute, a 28-0 lead over the Rams at half. Down to Class 8 player in District 1, 4th-ranked Remsen St. Mary's is steamrolling the Rockets of Arweva, 37-0. And in the battle for the Little Brown Jug in Mobile, 9th-ranked Woodbury Central leads Kingsley Pearson River Valley by a score of 28-14. All of those are halftime scores around Plymouth County. Of course, coming up tomorrow morning, we will have Galen Catholic head coach Jeremy Schindler, Lamar's Community head coach Ken Vigdahl on the coaches' corner, and we're also going to try and track down the head coach, co-head coach of Kingsley Pearson River Valley football, Coach Travis Newman, and hopefully they can get things turned around against Woodbury Central in a big district contest there. Well, now let's turn to some scores around Northwest Iowa, around actually Class 4A District 1. First, it's halftime as Fort Dodge and the Dodgers lead the Storm Lake Tornadoes 27-18. Fort Dodge trying to pick up a district win there against a Storm Lake squad that is looking to get to 2-0 in district play. The Spencer Tigers, they lead Denison Schleswig by a score of 20-0. That game has just gotten started in the second half of play. So currently where the scores sit right now, I guess if we want to break this down, right now you'd have Spencer and Fort Dodge at the top of the district, both at 2-0. You'd have Storm Lake and Lamar's, both in the middle in the district at 1-1, and Denison, Schleswig, and West would all be at the bottom of the district at 0-2 if the scores were to hold where they are heading toward the end of the ballgame. Well, now some scores from around Northwest Iowa, outside of our area districts maybe, and outside of our listening area. Right now in Class A, Alta Aurelia leads West Monona 14-0 at the half. Class 3A sees Sergeant Bluff Luton, the number 8 team in Class 3A, leading MOC Floyd Valley 24-7 at the half. Warriors still have not lost a football game yet and doesn't look like they'll start here this week. OABCIG is a top 10 team in Class 1A. They're showing it. They lead West Sioux 21-7 at the half. In Class 3A, Sioux Center 7-0 halftime lead over Boyden Hall Rock Valley. In Class 2A, you've got Unity Christian leading Central Lyon George Little Rock 13-7 in the second quarter. Bishop Heelan in a tight battle with the Carroll Tigers down in Carroll. That's a 9-7 lead for the Crusaders at the half. Sioux City East has a 35-13 lead at half over Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln. Also wanted to check in Class 2A there. You have, how about this? Right now, the reported score we've got, Cherokee with an 18-0 lead over the number 1 team in the state, the West Lyon Wildcats. That's the reported score we've got right now in Class 2A. So big game currently taking place. Cherokee led by former Galen Catholic head coach Tony Gunter. And they're on their way potentially to beating the number 1 team in the state. Also in that district in Class 2A, you have Western Christian leading Sheldon by a score of 28-0 at the halftime break. So those are some of the scores we could track down for you here at the half. Let's take one more commercial break, and we'll come back to right. Oh, it's backwards. All right, so there we go. That's why ScoreStream is not always a reliable source. It's actually the other way. West Lyon an 18-0 lead over Cherokee at the half in that ball game. So we have corrected that there. Let's take a break. We'll come back, and we will get you ready for the second half of play. That comes your way after this timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football. It's right here on KLEM Radio.
Klein Insulation can provide you with a complete insulation system for your attic, crawl spaces, and foundation walls. Call Kyle with Klein Insulation at 540-5691. That's 540-5691.
Does your bank pay you a great rate on your checking account? With Northwest Bank's Compass Rewards account, you can earn our best rate. Plus, there are no monthly service fees. We have easy-to-use banking services at your fingertips. Plus, we reward you for growing your relationship with us. So check us out. You'll be glad you did. nw.bank/best rates. Northwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Commitment you can bank on.
Hi sports fans, this is Perry from Ace Hardware in Lamar's. We're happy to have a huge selection of what you need to efficiently maintain your home so you can find time to enjoy the game. Check out what's in the store at the new Ace Hardware downtown Lamar's.
This is Waching Hosi, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back here to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you as we wrap up our halftime coverage here tonight. It is 41-0. Lamar's with a big lead over Sioux City West and well on their way toward picking up their first district win of the year. The Bulldogs are going to receive the second half kickoff as well, and that is in large part due to the it's due to the fact that the Wolverines won the opening coin toss and elected to receive. Not something we usually see, so the Bulldogs will get an opportunity to possess the football here for as long as they feel like it. We'll see what the Bulldogs come out and try and do here also. You've got an opportunity here to, again, we talked about at the half, just see what you got coming up in the after. These guys are gone there. You got underclassmen. You've got all kinds of opportunities for these guys to try and lead the Bulldogs to success, and that will be what they try and do here once they get this kickoff from Abraham Gonzalez. Again, also worth noting, the running clock will be in effect here for the next 24 minutes of game action, so we might be speeding along. We'll see. Well, we won't jinx us or anything, but a good opportunity to hopefully run through this one and send the Bulldogs on their way, hopefully as healthy as can be. So here we go. Abraham Gonzalez has this ball teed up at his own 40-yard line, ready to boot it away as the Bulldogs will look to try and chew up clock and come away with a win in district play, their first of the season. Here we go. Gonzalez approaches, and he gets into a high right-footed end-over-end kick. Great boot, and Tyson Augustine wants no part of it. He lets it bounce in the end zone for a touchback. Bulldogs will get it out at their own 20-yard line. So, we'll see Eli Milkey, I do presume anyway. We'll see. No, it is going to be Jamie Sitzman here on this first.
Looks like they're going to go starters, and a lot of times
you give them the first possession, right?
Yeah, you'll give them a little bit, and maybe you'll see some, because it looks like Giovanni's out there. He hasn't gotten a lot of reps today offensively, so you'll get some guys and rotate them in with some of those starters, maybe the second tier guys that don't get a ton, and just try to stay consistent.
Yep. No, so I like it. Give them a second half drive. Here's the snap, and the give goes to Kabongo, the tailback. He's running off tackle right side, gets his crease across the right seam, 35 to the 40, 45, 50, breaks a tackle, and he's gone to the 40,
That's why you get him
30,
one.
Between the seams to the 20, and he's all the way into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown with no laundry on the field. An 80-yard touchdown run for Giovanni Kabongo on the first play of the second half. Bulldogs go up 47-0. Early in the third quarter.
And that'll probably be his last play of the night.
Yep, I think it for sure will be his. Might be the last play for the starters here tonight as well.
It was almost like Cy Bixman had to get out of the way. You know, there was such an open gap, and Cy was out there blocking, and Cy needed to move and get out of the way. Unfortunately, it looks like there was a Wolverine behind the play, a little banged up, and he is getting up and walking off, which is good to see. But that was a huge run, 80 yards right out of the chutes on play one, and I suppose that's exactly what Coach thought would happen.
Sure, yeah, and if he did, I'd love to have him help me in my fantasy football. I'd love to have him help me in my game picks every week.
He should run that play more. I'm going to talk to him about that.
Just have Giovanni score.
Yeah, just run the touchdown play.
Just run exactly. Run the touchdown play. Here's the point after try from Kabongo. Snap and spot, hold by Doherty. And the kick is through the uprights and good. Kabongo tacks on the point after on his own 80-yard touchdown. So the score with 11:44 left in the third. It's Bulldogs 48, Wolverines nothing. Wolverines will get the ball after this here on KLEM.
Make sure your life runs smoothly with an upgraded internet package from Premier Communications, connecting you with the internet speed and television access package that best fits your wants and needs. Premier Communications is happy to support our area coaches, athletes, and the parents who support them. Have a great season.
Hi, this is Misty Zek.
This is Brock Nohava.
Hi, this is Happy Phillips.
Hi, this is Austin Sitzman.
This is Dave Close.
Hi, this is Jody with Exit Realty Midwest.
Exit Realty Midwest is proud to support our area athletes. Find them online at exitrealtymidwest.com.
This is Jay Nelson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back here to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City with Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. It is 48-0. Lamar's leads Sioux City West. Well, the scoreboard says 41. Giovanni made that kick, didn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah, he did. Okay, all right. So scoreboard's behind, but again, at this point, it's no big deal. 48-0. Bulldogs lead Sioux City West here in a Class 4A District 1 matchup as the Bulldogs get an 80-yard touchdown run from Giovanni Kabongo. And again, it is just all Bulldogs right now. They cannot do any better right now. They've had a couple negative plays. I guess that would be your only knock on the Bulldogs at this point here in the contest. Kabongo lines up for the kickoff, and he sends a high right-footed end-over-end kick. This one is taken in the end zone, and it will be an automatic touchback on the trying to return. That one was Jackson DeBont. So the Wolverines get the football. 1st and 10. They'll have it at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, and again, you'll see some guys out here on defense. It looks like you're going to go with a lot of the starters, and you have to get used to playing in these situations. And it's so often as a coach, if you are fortunate enough to be in this situation, when you sub and you sub too much too fast, it gets a little. It just doesn't feel right,
Yep.
and the guys aren't ready for it. So being able to sprinkle guys in and out, we didn't think Giovanni would probably take that to the house right away, so that probably wasn't on schedule. But we'll see these guys exit here pretty quick, I'm sure.
And probably see some more on the defensive side come in as well. 1st and 10 from the 20. Turner Joy, the belt high snap, and he gives to the back. Jason Joseph running around the left side, runs over a defender, and he is brought down at the 24-yard line. That's a pickup of 4. That'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and Christian Cook was right there, and he did a good job of getting out there, but unfortunately his arms were, he's telling Murrow right there, he's like, I was locked on and my hands kind of were stuck. And he just kind of gave him a shoulder, which held him up a little bit and allowed people to rally.
2nd down and 6 upcoming here for West. As the Wolverines, we're trying to see some new faces for Lamar's too, but the Wolverines are trying to see if they can put something together that they can maybe build off of for the rest of the season as well. They've still got 3 more games to play, and you gotta be able to put something out there. 2nd and 6, turn right and give. It's Coda Tyndall, who runs through a defender, and he's brought down near the line to gain of the 30, and he got that line to gain. A pickup of 6. It's a Wolverine 1st down.
Yeah, and that's 2 plays in a row where Bulldogs have thrown shoulders, but we've got to wrap up, and that's not a habit you want to get into, even in a 47-0 game. Jaden's probably one of the more sure tacklers, but he just threw a shoulder in there. He needs to drive and wrap and finish through everything. Stay solid on your fundamentals. Don't let things get ugly just because the score's ugly.
And it's 1st and 10 here for West as they have something brewing, just a little something brewing right now. 48-0 the score at their own 30-yard line. Snap to Turner Joy, drops back, slide arm, sling over the middle. That was deflected up in the air and falls incomplete. Jaden Nelson on the coverage looking for Abraham Gonzalez, and the incompletion brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and you can see frustration out of Gonzalez. He's barking at his quarterback, and receivers tend to do that from time to time. He might have thought it was a little bit behind him, but I thought Jaden just made a really nice play, getting his hand in there and doing what he needed to, and that'll be a long second down for them, but the clock's still running, and we like that.
Yes, that's the more important part, as the clock keeps moving, and it gives less opportunities for guys to get dinged up in a ball game like this that has gotten out of hand. 48-0 the score. 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Empty backfield here for Turner Joy. The snap rolls to him. He throws over the middle. That ball is caught. Abraham Gonzalez spins out of a tackle up the left seam to the 45, and he is down right at midfield. A pickup of 20 yards for the Wolverines, and that's a 1st down for West.
We're seeing some weird stuff tonight. Like, that was just a weird play. It rolled back to him, which I was coaching youth football. I saw a little bit of that from time to time. That happens, but usually you don't see it out here on Fridays. It rolls back to him. He picks it up, just slings it right over the middle late, which you wouldn't think happens. He makes a great catch and gets up there before he gets stuck. So they're at the 50 now.
1st and 10 at midfield. Out of the shotgun is Turner Joy. 2 on either side of him. And he takes the snap. Quick drop, throws left seam. The receiver not looking for it. Giovanni Kabongo picks off the football with his knee on the ground of the 39. And the Bulldogs have another turnover. They'll take over in their own territory as Giovanni Kabongo has his 1st interception of the season.
Yeah, Giovanni, he's probably wishing he could have tried to keep his feet, but the ball was low and behind a receiver that was not looking at all. And so Giovanni just got the interception, and now it looks like we do have wholesale changes.
Here we go. Here come the Bulldogs 2nd team units as Eli Milkey is the starting quarterback and will lead them out there First and 10 for the Dogs at their own 39-yard line, following the interception by Giovanni Kabongo. You know, Giovanni, I think, just wanted to match his younger brother Deji there. Deji's got an interception.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Yep.
It's the brotherly.
Does Deji have any return yards? Because Giovanni doesn't.
That's a good question. I don't know if Deji's got a return on his. Here's a bad handoff, and this is a busted play. Running around the left side is Xavier Kraft. He's got some room. Left seam to the 40, 45 to midfield, and he gives it up, goes out of bounds. So making something out of nothing. Xavier Kraft picks up 11 yards for a Bulldog first down.
That was probably the longest 11-yard run you're going to see tonight, for sure tonight, but maybe ever. He did a lot just to make that happen. And again, this is what happens when you get some guys in different. They're juiced up. They're getting to play on a Friday night under the lights, and this is what you grow up thinking about. And so this might be some opportunity, and timing looked a little bit off, and Eli tried to get it to Zay as he ran across, fumbled it a little bit, but Zay did exactly what he needed to.
First and 10 now for the Bulldogs from midfield. Eli Milkey in the gun. Two receivers left, one right. Takes a snap, play fake, and that looked like a busted play as well. Milkey goes down for a loss back at his own 45, 44-yard line. Loss of 6. It'll be second and 16.
Yes, and I will tell you right now that the coaches are not happy with that. I don't care who's on the field. If you're on the field, and we talked about it at halftime, there's a standard that you want to play up to, and having two plays, granted, the one ended up in a first down because you just had a better athlete than most, but that last one turning the wrong way or running back going the wrong way, whatever happened, you just do not want those things to continue to happen. You need to be crisp.
Yeah, not only do they not care who's on the field, they don't care what the score says in an instance like that as well. Second and 15. Milkey does turn the correct way this time, and he gives up the middle. And it looks like that might be Brett Kunz on the carry to the 46. Yep, pickup of a yard. It'll be third and about 14.
And West is doing what they feel is necessary, and they're just selling out on the run. So Eli's going to get an opportunity to sling it around a little bit here and hopefully have some open receivers because they are all selling out to get into the backfield.
Yeah, they think it's all going to be run. But the nice thing is when you have the running clock is you can throw the ball at this point without really any repercussions. Third down and 13 for the 47 and a whistle, and a timeout is called by West High. With the score, 48-0, 6:08 to play in the third quarter. The Wolverines call a timeout. We'll take one as well, and we're back after this on KLEM.
Hi, Jessica G. Well, hello, Libby Lexus. I'm so excited to get the spa treatment at Easy Clean Car Wash. My owner knows how much I love the soft water. Oh, and the quick massage just makes my bumpers tingle.
And the blow dry is to die for. It always makes your sleek and shiny.
My owner bought me a year pass so I can have the spa treatment anytime I want.
Hey, ladies. Ooh, nice tires.
Oh, Mickey Mustang, you're such a player.
Easy Clean Car Wash. Give your car the spot treatment today. 12th Street east of Hy-Vee, Lamar's.
This is Jude Doherty, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back here to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City on the campus of Morningside University. Alongside Gabe Davis, I'm Daniel Versteg. And again, it is a 48-0 Bulldog lead over West High with 6:08 to play in this third quarter. The Bulldogs have third down and about 13 to go from their own 47-yard line. Eli Milkey pump fake short. He takes a shot right sideline. He throws over the top and incomplete. Looking for Carter Melvin. But yeah, he had Ephraim Kabongo over the right seam, Gabe, and unfortunately threw it to the wrong guy. The incompletion makes it 4th and 13.
Yeah, he didn't read that. He made up his mind prior to, and this is going to be a coaching point over there. They're going to talk to him. But that was Ephraim Kabongo had 6. We could have had 2 Kabongos. If we could have just gotten Deji and had all 3 Kabongos score on the night, that'd be something.
Oh, man, that would be wonderful. And then nobody has bragging rights, though. That's the unfortunate part. Here's the punt coming, the first punt of the night, and now we have
they jumped.
Jump?
No.
Nope, that's going to be a false start.
That's not the right call, but whatever.
Pick your battles, Gabe.
Yeah, I know. We just keep milking the clock, man. It's another 25 seconds that come down. They're coming after this, which I'm not sure I love, but
no, I agree.
We need to just make sure nobody rolls on anyone or does anything weird here, because you only have one special teams a lot of times.
Yep, exactly. It is Tyson Augustine.
Over.
And now we have another penalty flag thrown. And it's going to be against the defense, so we'll add the false start penalty.
It's going to be a 4-minute play.
It'll be another 5 going back to the Dogs, so we're back where we started. 4th and 13 upcoming.
Run that clock, baby.
My mom always says, if you can't laugh at anything, you're going to have a tough life. So you got to be able to laugh at stuff like this. So now we're having a substitution in here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Levi Schnetzer's checking in the ball game. Here we go. Clock can run, and hopefully Tyson Augustine helps us out and takes the play clock down a little bit. And
he was offsides again.
Here's the snap, and the punt gets off. And back it up to field at 12 is Gonzalez. We got a penalty flag back at the line of scrimmage, and then the ball comes out, and the Dogs are on it at the 19-yard line.
This is Twilight Zone stuff right here.
Oh, my gosh.
What is happening?
What are we going to get here? So, again, we'll say
this official's telling them to stay back.
We have a punt. The returner fumbled the return. The Bulldogs pick it up at the 18-yard line, but a penalties flag is back at midfield. So I think
a hold on the punt, like on the rush, so that's going to bring it back.
So
we're going to have to repunt it.
It should bring it back, I think. And I'm seeing some frustration here for West. You've got a couple players that are very frustrated with how things have been gone, and I don't blame them one bit.
Now they're saying keep them. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know where this is going, and
we're never going to get this punt off.
No, I know. We've taken about 30 seconds off the clock without the punt counting. Okay, we have holding. The 10-yard penalty goes from the previous spot, and so we're going to re-kick the football here. Oh,
wow.
Goodness gracious. Okay, so the Bulldogs will now have 4th and 25.
The board says 24. I'll give you 25.
Sure, why not? I don't need to be right in this instance, so we'll go with the 4th.
Keep running it down, Tyson.
Yeah,
we could get to the end of the quarter before this play's over.
There's a Bill Belichick way of doing that. You take a false start and then you take a delay of game, and you just keep doing that back and forth.
And then they hit Tyson, so we're gonna get the ball back anyways.
Oh, here we go, roughing the punter.
This is just amazing.
This bounce at the 34. Gonzalez, he's
what a
smart.
punt by Tyson.
It's a beautiful punt. It rolls to the 15-yard line. Gonzalez didn't
well,
want.
Is that automatic first down though? Because now it's going to be 4th and 10.
So we've got a punt. Augustine got clobbered on it, and it's going to be roughing the punter. But the punt got all the way down to the 15. It was a great punt, all things considered. And so
I need an abacus to do the math here. There's my big word of the night, abacus.
It's 3 syllables. I'll give you that one. Let's see what this call is. This should be good, I think. We have running or roughing.
His
mic's not working. Is there anything else that could go wrong? It's going to be declined.
Yeah, because it was a nice punt. It wasn't going to be a first down, and Big Dog's like, let's just get this stupid play over with.
Take it.
Wow.
Galen Catholics increased their lead, in case you wanted to know that. 27-12, they lead Sibley Cheaton midway through the third, as the homecoming king, Cole McCarty's got a 54-yard touchdown run for the Jays. All right, so that punt has concluded.
Finally. Good night.
West will have it at their own 15-yard line now with 4:38 to play in this contest. Strange things happen when it's a 48-0 ball game. Under center, this is Turner Joy, and these have been fun plays for West. They get the snap off cleanly around the right side. A nice run there for Jason Joseph. He gets to the 26-yard line, picks up 11 for a Wolverine first down.
Yeah, and he's just running off tackle, and this is where those guys that are playing, are out there for the first time, and the speed's quicker.
Yep.
Everything's happening quicker. You can close it down like that maybe on a JV night, but on a varsity night, no matter how the team is, you cannot do it. You have to close it down a little quicker.
1st and 10 here for the Wolverines now at their own 26. Joy under center again. Joseph in the backfield takes the snap, gives right side, and a nice wrap up and brought down to the 27-yard line. Jackson Hogue there. They'll give him the 28, pick up of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Jackson Hogue was in there, and we're gonna see a bunch of new guys. So it might take us a minute to find some of these names because they're not necessarily names we normally see, but. We are going to see Jude Doherty get a little bit of middle linebacker in, and this is what you can do. You can coach and show them what needs to be done.
Give them a different perspective.
Give them a different look on things, and then get guys back in. Cougar Sargison just came out, and then he went back in. Now Jude's in. It's just this is the learning of how things go late in a game that is a blowout.
Second down and 8 here for the Wolverines at their own 28-yard line. Snap to Joy. Quick drop. He rolls left. Chase from behind. Throws over the middle. Leaping juggle catch at the 39-yard line. Great play. Tavian Manning hauls it in for a pickup of 11 and a Wolverine first down.
Nolan Grage was putting pressure on him from the top side defensive end and was so close to get him. That was a good play by the quarterback to stand in there, and he had to put something on that to get that to his receiver.
We mentioned Jackson Hogue had the tackle 2 plays ago, and I do want to, while we have time and while the game's a little outreach, give a shout out to Colton Hogue. Had his first touchdown with Southern Illinois last week against South Dakota. He's now the starting tight end due to some injuries for the Salukis there. So shout out to Colton Hogue. Hope you're listening. Your younger brother gets a tackle there, Jackson Hogue. Here's a pass over the middle, and that pass is thrown wide and incomplete. The intended target, Christian Lane. Carter Melvin on the coverage. The incompletion brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Carter Melvin was over top, and Elijah Olsen was there underneath, and you have to put it in a perfect spot when that's the case. There was nothing there. Great play by the defense.
48-0 the score. Bulldogs lead it with 2:05 to play in the third quarter. So we might end up missing some of the details of the play as the game goes along, but we're going to try our best to keep you up to date on how things are going as much as we can. But that's kind of where we're at this point, late in this third quarter. 2nd down and 10 from the 39. And the snap back to the quarterback, Joy. He throws right seam, and he found a target at the 49-yard line. That's a great pass to midfield. The catch is made by Manning again, and another Wolverine first down.
Yeah, and he slips it right in there, and he throws it really, really hard to a spot that only his guy could get it. And they had some crossing action, and I think it just confused some of our defensive backs just enough to kind of get them second-guessing things, and it was a good play for them, and now they're at the 50 again. It's a great time for them to give us the ball back.
Exactly. 1st and 10 here at midfield. Wolverines have yet to score, and now they're trying to get into Bulldog territory. Joy in the gun. He turns right, gives to Joseph. He carries off tackle right side. Bounce off a defender. Runs over another to the 45. Penalty flag is thrown at the 44. And a pickup of 6 makes it 2nd and 4. But hold on for just a moment. There was a penalty flag thrown by the far lines judge. I think we got a face mask.
Face mask.
Maybe. Well, we'll see. I saw what looked to be a face mask signal. And kind of where that flag was thrown would suggest that, and it looks like they're ready to mark this off. It is a face mask. Yep, and it's going to be a 5-yard variant on the face mask, so not the 15-yard personal foul, but the 5 yards do give them a first down anyway.
Should be the last play of the quarter here, which...
Yep, 30 seconds to go. At the Bulldog 39-yard line following the penalty, 1st and 10. Joy has a snap bounce to him. He runs left, takes a shot left sideline, wide open. Abraham Gonzalez at the 15, and he runs it into the end zone for a Wolverine touchdown. Abraham Gonzalez has his 3rd touchdown reception of the year, and West is on the scoreboard. It's now 48-6 in favor of Lamar's with 16 seconds to go in the third.
Yeah, a little crossing action there. One guy came in, and they just switch route sometimes it'll be called, and you had an inside vertical or across the field, and then you had the outside movement, and just caught our younger guys looking, and they probably haven't repped that one as much as they needed to, but they're learning. They're learning out there on the fly right now.
Yeah, they're being thrown into the fire. They're taking the test without studying, all that kind of stuff as well. Here's the point after try-up coming, and then it's going to be a different kicker than we have for kickoffs. Aiden Ferrara, the junior, is in there for the point after try. He's 2 for 3 on PATs, and now we have, they broke the huddle with, I think, 12 guys out there, so they will be penalized. Nope. Going to get timeout off.
It's the third timeout penalty they've had.
Yep, we have gotten the timeout off. So, well, they're going to head over to the sideline and get things figured out. The Wolverines are still lined up there. This seems like a good time since we're going to take a break for the score anyway once this is over. Let's see if we can track down some more scores for you. Hinton leads 35-0 over MVAO-COU in the third quarter. MMCRU, they've extended their lead over Akron Westfield, a 14-0 lead for the Royals in quarter number 4. Mentioned Galen Catholics up 27-12 over Sibley O'Cheaton. That score still remains the same. And one other score I figure we should try and track down for you from our area teams. It's Woodbury Central and Kingsley Pearson River Valley. The Wildcats have extended their lead now, a 35-14 lead in the third quarter. Well, around the district as well, you've got Fort Dodge up 34-18 on Storm Lake now. And Spencer has gone up 26-0 on Denison Schleswig. So looks like things will hold true from where they were at halftime. Here we go. Aiden Farrar ready to kick the point after try. Off of the hold of the quarterback, Turner Joy. And now the snap to Joy. He throws for the 2-point try, and he found Abraham Gonzalez for 2. And that did not look like a busted play. That looked like a designed 2-point play. And the score now 48-0. Lamar's leads Sioux City West. 16 seconds to go in the third quarter following the 2-point try. We'll take a break, and the Bulldogs will get the ball after this here on KLEM.
Quality Lube of Lamar's is proud of all our Plymouth County athletes. At Quality Lube, they focus on you, the customer, to ensure that they can keep you on the road when you need to be. From diagnostic repair to routine oil changes, Quality Lube can do it all.
Hummer's Lawn Care Service will provide you with the services needed for the best-looking lawn in your neighborhood. Is it thatching, fertilizer, or simple maintaining of your freshly cut grass? Call Hummer's Lawn Care at 546-4087.
This is Asher Moss, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We're back here to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City with Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. 48-8 is the score. Lamar's leads Sioux City West. The Wolverines ran a fake point after for 2, and, well, depending on kind of your mentality, kind of how you view the game, all that kind of fun stuff, might rub you the wrong way just a little bit. But nevertheless, that's where we're at. The Bulldogs will have the football here with 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. And I think by virtue of getting the clock rolling before the first play, the Bulldogs will not actually have to snap it here in quarter number 3. The kickoff will be the last play. This will squib, bounce at the 20-yard line, and it rolls by Tegan Bogue. And now he's got to pick it up at his own 5. He runs down right numbers, 10 to the 15 to the 20. Tegan Bogue runs into a defender, and he's spun around and brought down at his own 23-yard line. And that will be where the Bulldogs will have the football to start quarter number 4. Well, I think they should technically be running the clock.
There's a lot. Yeah.
There's a lot in this game. That's they still have 47-8 on the scoreboard, which is incorrect technically. Yep, here's the clock winding.
That'll be quarter.
And that will be the quarter. Yeah, the Bulldogs are not going to snap this. So we're going into quarter number 4 with the score. Lamar's 48 and Sioux City West 8. Take a break, and we're back to start the fourth quarter. After this, you are listening to Bulldog Football right here on KLEM Lamar's.
The Lamar's Knights of Columbus Council 1466 would like to wish our teams the best of luck in the game. The Knights of Columbus is proud to support our schools and many charities throughout the year with our pork chop dinners and fish fries. Check out upcoming events by visiting their Facebook page at Lamar's KFC.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
For all of your commercial or residential concrete or construction needs, JMax Construction is ready for you. At JMax Construction, you can be sure that your project will be handled with great customer service as well as the best of class construction and concrete work. Call JMax Construction and Concrete today at 540-0574.
This is Chad Vanderweerd, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, we welcome you back here to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City. With me is Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. The first play of the second half for Lamar, starting at their own 23, goes on a screen pass to Jarrett Forbes, and it loses 2 yards to the 21, and that'll set up second down and a dozen. But the Bulldogs are not, I don't think, too worried about how things go in this portion of the ball game, as they currently lead it 48-8.
Yeah, good to see Jarrett out there. He had a broken hand earlier in the year, so great to see him out there making some plays and doing some things, getting some opportunities.
Eli Milkey gets it to the jet sweep man, and Dominic Gallus gets brought down for a loss at the 18. Dominic Gallus with a loss of 3, and that'll make it 3rd down and long.
Yep, and everybody's getting some reps in here. You see a couple in, couple out on pretty much every play. Good to see everybody getting their opportunities to make something happen.
I think this is a game where if you have shoulder pads, you better get them on because you are going to play. If there is nothing else that this game accomplishes, it will be that everybody in a Bulldog uniform gets on the field for at minimum 1 play.
Yep.
But at this point, I think you might be able to get them in for 1 whole series if you want to. 3rd and long for the Dogs. They say 3rd and 15. They give left side, and with a nice run up the left seam to the 25 and to the 30. Joaquin Hernandez to the 28. Hernandez picks up 10. That'll make it 4th down, about 6.
See, and this is when I see cheap shots behind the play, I don't take well to that, and it's just unnecessary. You've got guys in there that are getting some experience for the first time, and taking shots is just, it's everybody's got their point of view on it, and I'm going to keep mine as quiet as possible, but it's not the right way to do things, and that's the difference in programs.
I'll tell you what, I agree with you. And that's all that needs to be said on that note. Here's the kick. Augustine gets it away. And this one bounces into Wolverine territory at the 47. It takes a roll across the 40. And it will be escorted by the Bulldogs to try and fan it down. And they get it down to the 32-yard line. And that is where West will start football with 9:45 to play in this ballgame.
Now the Bulldogs need to keep them out of the end zone. They need to find that defense and make some plays here, because we don't want the clock to stop, but we don't want any more points on the board. These guys need to realize what positions they're in and what their job is. And we've seen it works. You do what you're supposed to do, and we're going to get the ball back here. So stay solid, wrap up, make the tackles you need, and do things the right way.
Yeah, because the tough part now is a touchdown, and will put us back into the regular timing of this game, and so the Dogs certainly don't want to give that up. 48-8 the score, 1st and 10 from the 32. Out of the shotgun, Turner Joy takes a 3-step drop. He throws over the middle, and the catch made by Gonzalez up the left seam across midfield, breaks the tackle 40. 35-30, he's gone to the 10, to the 5, and a touchdown for West High. No flags on the play. 68-yard pitch and catch to Abraham Gonzalez, and there's the touchdown. We're back to regular timing. 48-14, Bulldogs lead.
Yep, and that's, they just guys didn't get to their drops, didn't get to their spots, and it was wide open. And we've seen him run and catch, and the quarterback, he can throw the ball a little bit, but it's just one of those opportunities or one of those times where you get opportunities on the field. You need to make plays, and we just let them get right up the middle of the field.
So the touchdown good, 48-14 the score, and with 9:14 to play in this ball game, West.
They're going to go for 2.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2. So in a ball game like this, I guess that's their prerogative. They can do that if they choose to, but that's probably not how I would go about it anyway. Here they go. They line up in the spread, so they're not going to hide it this time. I guess that's probably better than the alternative that we had on the last score. 2 receivers on either side. Out of the shotgun is Joy. He turns and he gives to his back, who carries right side, and he's in for the 2-point try. That's Logan Carroll, the senior, getting in for 2. And it's now 48-16. The Bulldogs lead West. 9:14 to play in the game. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more Bulldog football after this here on KLEM Lamar's.
Smithco Manufacturing in Lamar's would like to wish our area athletes a safe, successful fall season. For 30 years, Smithco has used great teamwork to produce the #1 selling side dump trailers in the country. To learn how you can join our winning team, go online at sidedump.com.
Sweet 16 Lanes is a proud supporter of our area athletes. When Lamar's or Galen wins, head over to Sweet 16 Lanes after the game. Show your team spirit with your apparel, buy your first game, and get your second game free. Celebrate the win at Sweet 16 Lanes.
Top-notch automotive owners Jerry and Jason Ura can help with all your auto repair needs, from AC repair to transmission rebuilds, engine replacement, steering, suspension diagnostics, and more. Call 712-546-7430 or stop by Top Notch Automotive, 1600 18th Street Southwest, Lamar's.
This is Caleb Brewer, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back here to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City with Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. It's 48-16. West has gotten it back within the 35-point threshold. And we'll have regular timing now with 9:14 to play in the ball game after a pitching catch from Turner Joy to Abraham Gonzalez. This kick from Gonzalez sails out of the end zone for a touchback. And so the Bulldogs will get the football at their own 20-yard line. And they will have a chance to try and answer and see what they can do with the football. Eli Milkey, the backup quarterback, still out there. And again, trying to be given opportunities to move the ball downfield. And look at this. So Ken Vigdahl is giving them one more little talking to before they go out to take the snap there at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, and this is, as I said during break, as a coach, this is frustrating because these guys can do it.
Yep.
Whatever the reason is, the emotion isn't there. It's just experience. Whatever it is, we haven't gotten first downs. We haven't had the positive plays, and it's super, super frustrating as a coach. And it's hard not to say, okay, well, we need to sub back out.
Yeah.
So you don't want to do that to these guys. You want to give them that experience, but they've got to contribute here.
And they got to snap the football. 1 second on the play clock. They get it off just in time. Milkey gives up the middle, and there was not much doing. They'll get a yard to the 21-yard line, and the ball carrier was Drew Reganitter. Just a yard of the play. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yep, and these are a lot of sophomores that'll be, if they have a JV game on Monday, these guys will be playing in it.
Right.
I'm not sure that I'm not sure West has a JV team. With the numbers, I think it might be difficult to do that. But so this might be the only opportunity they get this week. And this official's trying to wind the clock, and it shouldn't wind. So I don't know what he's doing.
That was a running play. It should wind.
Oh, yeah, it should wind.
It should, actually. So
you're right.
I don't think it actually started on the play. So that was part of the problem. And now the play clock's down to 3 when it shouldn't. Snap back to Eli Milkey, and he lost it, dives on it inside his own 15.
First O.
And he's brought
First
down
O.
to 12. Yeah, here comes the first-team offense onto the field. So it's so tough. And, they're high school kids, so we don't want to say too much about it. But
no,
it's
absolutely.
It's an awful situation all the way around.
Yeah, and it's an exciting moment, but it's also it's even more difficult because, and this is nothing against West, they're not subbing because they can't. They just don't have the guys.
Right.
And so, but our guys needed to answer the bell. Didn't quite happen there, and now our first O has to get in there just because you don't want this to get any closer than what it is.
Right. Here's Jamie Sitzman, play fake on 3rd and 18. Pressure rolls to his left, chased and sacked inside his own 5 at the 4. It's a loss of 8 on the sack of Sitzman. Now the Bulldogs will have to punt it out of their own end zone. It'll be 4th and 26 here. Oof. Certainly not the ending to the game that the Bulldogs wanted.
No, it's been a game that's been dominated by the Bulldogs from the start, and it's just been about this last 6-7 minutes, and probably what will continue. I'm assuming we're going to get the first D back out there after what's been happening. So Tyson's going to have to get this off, and
now a penalty flag is thrown for a false start.
False start.
When it rains, it pours.
Yep. And here's the thing. If you're a good team, you got to get through this.
Yep.
You've got to get over it. I mean, things are what they are.
So they're going to say half the distance to the goal on it, and they'll kick from their own 2
There's going to be a little bit of a timeout here. Coach Vigdahl is going to rally and tell guys, hey, we got to get going here.
Yep. So a timeout on the field, and we'll take one with Coach Vigdahl. We'll have a long 4th down after this. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
This is Ken Vigdahl, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM Clem.
We welcome you back here to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City. The punt off by Augustine. It gets downed at the West High 32-yard line, and so the Wolverines will have the football with some decent field position in enemy territory at the 32 here. 7:34 to play. In this ball game, the Bulldogs with a 48-16 lead over West High here in a Class 4A District 1 matchup.
Yep, this is just now we got the first defense back out there, and they're going to have to make plays. They're going to finish this. It's going to be first D and first O, and now the defense needs to we can't allow any more points. I mean, we don't. The game is over.
Yes.
I mean, the score is not, but it's what are you taking with you into the next week? And unfortunately, we let a couple get away, but now it's time to get back on track.
1st and 10 from the Bulldog 32. Joy drops back, airs it out right seam. That ball is deflected away. Nice job, Giovanni Kabongo. They were looking for Gonzalez in his 3rd touchdown of the night, but Kabongo puts an end to that run. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and that was a underthrown ball, and that was over quickly. I mean, Giovanni was right there, and it was good to see Teagan go after that and go try to get that. And, now some of our guys and some of their guys are talking, and we don't want any part of that. We've got a lot of meaningful games left this season, and not everybody on the field does. So we want to make sure that we hold ourselves to a higher standard when it comes to that stuff. We don't need to get into those types of matches.
Let them do all the talking. They can talk all they want. That's fine with me. 2nd and 10. Joy drops to throw, and there's all kinds of pressure. The ball's out. Hudson Cass is on it. Andrew Grant with the sack. Forced it loose. Bulldogs get the football back.
Yep, play with fire. You get burned sometimes, and unfortunately, you're going to keep dropping back and doing your thing. This is what's going to happen, and he got hit hard. Andrew was right there, and I think Christian Cook was on the top side, and it fell right into Hudson's lap, and now the offense is going to go out there and hopefully put some more points on the board.
Yep. Like you said, play with fire, you get burnt. Another phrase I've heard is play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way it goes there. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 39-yard line. Here's a snap to Sitzman, screen pass right. Catch made by Reekin. Gets a block up the right numbers 40. Is tackled from behind across the 45 to the 47. That's a pickup of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and that was just making a move side to side. They've struggled with that all night when we've had that first group in there. And so trying to get them to move side to side, and then what that's going to do is that's going to open up something up the middle. I guarantee it, or something more vertical. So don't be surprised if we take a shot here before too long. Maybe Andrew Grant, because there's nobody guarding him.
6:48 to play. Here's the sweeper on the left side. Reekin cuts it back up the left seam, and he gets tackled at his ankles for a first down to the 49-yard line. 2-yard carry, and the Dogs have a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, we'll see how aggressive Coach wants to be, because there's no safety, and when we do that, they roll people down, and if we get Andrew or whoever might be Bowen in the slot, it could be free sailing.
48-16. Lamar's lead Sioux City West here in this contest. 6:18 to go in the ball game. The other the thing about this is, the Bulldogs probably aren't going to be too aggressive, but at this point with your first offense, you can run a very bare-bones offense, stay in bounds, keep the clock moving, and kind of make it look like there's a running clock right now.
Yep, absolutely.
Augustine makes a catch on a little slant over the middle. He picks up 7 to the West High 44 to make it 2nd and 3.
Yeah, you can absolutely. It's just ball control. Whether you're running the ball or whether you're the short passes that are open and available.
And now Wolverine player is slow to get up on the play, so an injury timeout on the field with 5:50 to play in this ball game. The Jays, by the way, they have taken a 34-12 lead over Sibley Ocheden. Another touchdown run for homecoming king Cole McCarty. So they are well on their way to a 4-0 district record and can clinch a district title coming up next week with a matchup at South O'Brien. And we'll have that contest for you right here on KLEM Radio. That should be a fun game as the Jays go up to Paulina to take on South O'Brien and try and lock up a district title. Other scores, Hinton's up big 42-0 on MVAO-COU in the fourth. Woodbury Central has expanded their lead over Kingsley Pearson River Valley. That is now 42-14 as the Wolverine player has gotten up and he is walking off the field under his own power. That is good to see. Other district scores, again, the last update, Fort Dodge leads Storm Lake 34-18. And then it is Spencer has beaten Denison Schleswig 26-0. That game is now final in Spencer here tonight. Again, the score here, 48-16. Lamar's leads West. It's 2nd and 3. From the Wolverine 44, play fake. Sitzman pumps. He rolls left, takes a shot, left sideline. Grant makes the catch inside the 20, and he gets out of bounds across the 15. He's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Andrew Grant picks up 29. Either way, it's a Bulldog first down.
Scored again. Scored again, scored again, scored again.
I'm with you. make it hurt.
Yep.
Get the 50 burger. However you want to
whatever you want to do, let's get this one in the end zone.
Yep, I love it. 1st and 10 from the Wolverine 15-yard line. Bulldogs line up with 2 receivers right, 1 left, and a tight end left side of the formation as well. Jamie Sitzman in the shotgun. Jude Doherty off his right hip. And Sitzman takes the snap, gives to Doherty, runs it into his defender, and he's able to barrel forward for 5 to the 10. They'll give him the 9 to make it 6 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, I'm going to assume we keep it on the ground just to control it.
Yep.
And really, when we've had our first and even some of our second team guys in there, we've controlled a lot of it with the guys up front. They've done a great job tonight. You know, they don't get enough credit when you score 47 and you do everything. You're just like, oh, nice play by Andrew, nice play by Tyson, nice play by Jamie, which they've all played great too.
Yes.
But a lot of it comes down to, you know, Brewer and Moss and all the guys up front that are doing what they need to do.
Kramer, Cass, all those guys. Here's 2nd down and 4. Quick pass, and it's thrown behind Andrew Grant and incomplete. Just a little off timing there. Otherwise, that would have been a touchdown for Andrew. Incompletion makes it 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, there was a lot happening on the short side of the field there, and tried to sneak one in there. Might have got tipped maybe a little bit or just a little bit behind him.
Right.
Either way. Is that the first incompletion we've had tonight?
I think so.
Yeah.
It is.
He's 4 for 5 maybe, something like that. No, probably 5 for 6.
I had him about, I think, 6 for 6, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Either 6 or 7. So a great day for Jamie Sitzman. Give to Doherty on 3rd down and 4. Following the incompletion, he gets wrapped up at the
Hudson
9.
Cass.
And then Hudson Cass tries to help out the cause, dragging Doherty to the 7. A 2-yard pickup. It'll be 4th down and about 1.
Yeah, this is one you go for it and you just you try to get it and punch it in the end zone. I know Coach is looking around because I know what he's thinking. He's like, well, is it the right thing to do? Yep, it's the right thing to do.
Yep.
I know he's not asking me and I'm not on that headset, but I believe it's the right thing to do. Worst case scenario, you don't get it and you make him go 90-some yards, which they haven't proven they can do.
Nope. It'll be 4th down and I'd say just a little under 2 yards. A short 2 here for the Dogs.
Snap count might even get him, actually.
Sitzman, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Play clock down to 1. They give to Doherty.
Got it.
He tries to drive.
He got it.
Yeah, I think he did. Yep, the far lines judge
Top
has
guy
him
got him.
spot at the 5.
Well, he moved back.
Pickup of 2. Well, he's right on the line to gain with that spot.
He moved back from where he was 2 plays ago, or 2 steps ago.
Yep. But that spot should be a 1st down.
I would think so.
They're going to talk about this. And now he's pointing down at both knees. And I think...
Or we're running it all the way out.
Oh, my goodness.
That ball's never spotted out there.
No. Why would you spot it outside the hash marks? Gabe,
I know.
We've done enough football together now here in the last year or so, and we've seen enough football prior to this. I have never seen a measurement take place not on a hash mark.
And it's gonna be short with that.
It is gonna be short with that spot. Yep. West denies.
It makes
the
no
Bulldogs
sense.
Turn the ball over on downs, and the Bulldogs will have it the Wolverines will have it at their own 6.
And we're gonna go with the 2nd D here. It looks like. I think. Well, we'll kind of see. We might.
Well, West's sideline is very excited for a team that is currently down 32 points. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, we're gonna get some 2nd team guys back in here. It looks like, and you know, they're gonna get another opportunity, I'm sure. And it's not gonna be everybody. It looks like it's gonna be maybe the front guys a little bit. Defensive backs are gonna stay pretty consistent. It looks like Waching's still gonna be out there because you know they're gonna pass. You still got Jaden Nelson in there, but this is a good opportunity for people like Carter Melvin. Now he's back at safety, getting some reps with some of those interior guys and those outside guys to help things out. Deji Kabongo still in there.
The Wolverines go under center. Turner Joy is the quarterback on 1st and 10 from his own 6. And out of the I formation, he gives to the tailback. Looked to be Carroll again. He picks up 2 to the 8, and it will be 2nd down and 8 to go. So Logan Carroll on that carry that time. He had one of their 2 2-point conversions.
Yep.
48-16. Bulldogs lead it with 3:30 to play in the contest. And Clock is continuing to run. Bulldogs are going to get out of here with a 1-1 district record, and they'll be back to 500 as well. And also, more importantly, snap a little 2-game losing skid that had taken place the last couple of weeks. 2nd down and 8 from the 8. Snap back to Joy under center, and he hands it off to the tailback in the I formation. Pick up a 3 to the 11-yard line. And it looked like it was Jason Joseph that time. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, good job by the guys up front getting some reps in there. We got Nolan Grage. Who else we got in there? Kent Westoff. I think that's Hogue, number 57, and then Brett Coons out there on the outside.
Cougar Sargison
and Elijah Olsen, I believe, there in the middle. So those guys getting some opportunities, and you know they're gonna get more opportunities in the future. So these are good reps for these guys.
3rd down and 11, or 3rd down and 5 from the 11, and 5 receivers set, empty backfield. Quick drop, Joy airs it out, deep left sideline for single coverage, and he throws too far out in front of Abraham Gonzalez. It's incomplete, 4th and 5, and the Wolverines.
What will they do?
Well, yeah, I was about to say they should punt the football here, but that doesn't look
not gonna be what happens.
It will be what happens.
Which, you know, we went for it on 4th down, so rightfully so. Yeah. It's their opportunity to try to get it, and again, it doesn't matter a whole lot whether we get a stop. Love to see maybe a Waching Hosniang pick right here.
Why not? It is an interesting question, though, Gabe. Would you ever go for it on 4th down inside your own red zone under any circumstance?
This is a it is an interesting question.
It's an interesting question.
You're 0-7. You're 0-6, about to be 0-7.
About to be 0-6, yeah.
After a couple more timeouts.
Oh, my gosh, and a timeout, too. Well, we are just hitting every spot on our bingo card here tonight. 2:20 to play. It's 48-16. Bulldogs lead it. 4th and 5's upcoming. We'll take a break. We'll let us think about this one when we come back here on KLEM.
Score big with the Sitzman Real Estate Team. Hometown realtors Shane, Peggy, Lance, and Patty are cheering the Lamar's Bulldogs and Galen Jays on to a victory. Buying or selling, call the Sitzman Real Estate Team today at 546-7881.
Touchdown for great times at the Lamar's Eagles Club. Join us Tuesday nights for bingo, and don't miss our delicious Wednesday night burger night. Proud sponsors of local athletics, where the fun never stops. Visit the Eagles Club this week.
This is Christian Cook, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Welcome back to Elwood Olsen Stadium with 2:20 to go in regulation. The Bulldogs up 48-16 over Sioux City West here in a district matchup. I want to remind you the Bulldogs will be back home next week, and that'll be a Thursday night game with Fort Dodge due to the ongoing official shortage. And the Bulldogs had to accommodate the officials' schedules that have been assigned to that game, and so that game will be on Thursday night at 7 o'clock at Lamar's Community Stadium. 4th and 5, Joy drops to throw, passes over the middle, and throws way too far out in front of Nathan Case, incomplete. Turnover on downs, and the Bulldogs will have it at the West High 11-yard line.
Yeah, and do they have any more timeouts? Looks like that says they have 2 up there, but that can't be right.
You know what? The scoreboard is just
a whole new deal.
The only thing right on that is the clock, I think. And I don't even know if that's correct at this point. So the score is wrong on it. The timeouts for sure are wrong. They either have 1 or none. So
okay. I didn't know if we down it here, but it looks like we're gonna.
They have at least called 2. But anyway, here's Jamie Sitzman in the shotgun. Gives up the middle to Giovanni Kabongo. And, he's going down at the 10. Pickup of a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Well,
yep.
West is not calling a timeout, which either means they don't have any timeouts.
I'm going to assume they don't have any.
Or they are smart enough to realize that calling a timeout would do them absolutely nothing in this scenario.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how West does their homecoming. You know, if you have the dance after, I know administrators always like when the game takes forever, so maybe that was part of the deal. You know,
it's all a conspiracy.
Yeah, because then the dance only goes till midnight. So if they don't show up till 10:15, that's just how it goes.
There you go.
You know, it's less chaperoning you have to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. A homecoming game getting over at 9 o'clock is not good for the chaperones of the dance. Well, here's the
go down,
jet
Jay.
Sweep handoff, and Jaden Nelson going down for a loss back at the Wolverine 21-yard line. Minute 15 to go, and the Dogs will be able to run this one out, I think, here.
Yeah, let's wait until it gets under 40.
Yeah, let's take as
Snap
much
that
time.
bad boy at 40.
Let's not do anything else.
And
to,
hopefully take a knee or fall down or whatever.
Well,
if we score, great.
Let's see. If maybe we need to do a little bit of help here, but looks like they're going to run a play here. Hopefully take the play clock all the way down. Nope, they snap it. Here's Kapongo around the right side. He runs and goes down at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Slow on your whistle.
Oh,
they're going to have to run one more. Throw it up to the end zone.
One more play. Oh, nope, they reset it. They reset the play clock. So
well played, officials. Well played.
No more plays here in this ball game. And Lamar's is a winner. They do not have to run a play on 4th and 19. And the Bulldogs will have a 48-16 win over Sioux City West here tonight. The Bulldogs now 3-3 on the season, 1-1 in district play, and West falls to 0-6, 0-2 in the district. We'll take a break. Post-game coverage comes your way after this here on KLEM.
Men's fashions, tuxedo rentals, and dry cleaning services. That's Measures Clothing Lamar's. Open weekdays 9 till 5:30, Saturdays 9 till 4. See Chad for your homecoming outfits and more. That's Measures in the middle, downtown Lamar's.
Hi, this is Tara Driscoll, physical therapist at Lamar's Physical Therapy. Did you know that we not only help athletes recover from injuries, we can also teach them how to avoid injuries through strength, flexibility, and agility? No doctor referral needed. Call us at 546-1718 for an appointment. Lamar's Physical Therapy, your hometown therapy provider.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor, Williams & Company, CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamar's.
You have worked hard to build your business, and Northwest Bank wants to help you grow it. Whether you need business lending, checking, savings, or treasury management services, Northwest Bank has the resources you need to make your business succeed. Experience the highest level of customer service and competitive rates in our community. Bank where small business is a big deal. Northwest Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Northwest Bank, commitment you can bank on.
Young and old alike enjoy the competition of high school sports. Some participate, some watch, and some remember how it was. It's only a game, but it offers great life lessons and memories that last a lifetime. A few thoughts from Dan and Lori Rexwinkle of Rexwinkle Funeral Homes in Lamar's and Akron. When it comes to service, your Lamar's Hy-Vee is #1 for shopping both in-store and online. Save with the Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards program at Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling and I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee and Lamar's.
Colbeck Incorporated is proud to support local high school athletics. They encourage you to play hard and play smart and always show good sportsmanship. Best of luck from your friends, Brian, Kevin, and Wayne Colbeck.
State Farm agent Michael Crank is a proud supporter of local athletics. Whether you are looking for auto, home, or health insurance, choose the agent that will be on your side. State Farm agent Michael Crank.
Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud supporters of this broadcast. Hard work and determination are vital to the success of our area athletics. The Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud to stand behind our athletes and coaches as they work toward success on the field and in the classroom.
This is Jamie Sitzman, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back here to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you, and our final score here tonight, mercifully, the Bulldogs take a 48-16 win over Sioux City West here at Elwood Olsen Stadium. Well, let's run down some of the stats from this contest. The Bulldogs, it's not probably going to look like they dominated this game, but for all intents and purposes, the Bulldogs dominated here tonight. The Bulldogs with 344 yards of offense, 225 came on the ground, and Boy, we had so many different guys touch the football on the ground, and just incredible number of impact. Our stats have 13 different guys touching the football on the ground. That is very impressive. 225 rushing yards, 119 passing yards. The Bulldogs also forced 4 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and 2 interceptions in there. On the ground, they were led by Giovanni Kabongo, whose first play in the second half went 80 yards to the house. He had 94 rushing yards and a touchdown. Jude Doherty, a bit more of a consistent attack. He had 14 carries, 82 yards, 2 scores. Bowen Reekin's first touchdown of the year. He had 3 carries for 11 yards. Andrew Grant had 31 rushing yards. Couldn't quite find the end zone on the ground. Jamie Sitzman had a touchdown run in the contest. Passing the football, Sitzman went 5 of 6 for 114 yards and a touchdown. He was able to find Tyson Augustine for a score. You can also add a punt return for a touchdown for Levi Schnetzer, and that would get you your 7 touchdowns for the Bulldogs here tonight. West was able to throw for 195 yards from their quarterback, Turner Joy. He found the end zone twice through the air, and those 2 times came from Abraham Gonzalez, who had 149 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. The Wolverines are running the football. A little bit trickier there. They had 60 yards on the ground. Defensively, Cy Bixman led the way. He had 5 solo tackles here tonight. Great job for him. Hudson Cass recovered a fumble. Andrew Grant forced said fumble on the defensive side of the ball, and just led to a really nice win for the Bulldogs when all was said and done. A 48-16 victory over Sioux City West here tonight. Well, Gabe, I think the best thing to do with this game is to kind of throw away the second half here. Look at things from the first half and look at how methodically you moved the ball, took care of business, played defensively, and you got just an all-around great victory there.
Yeah, and the first half was dominated by the Bulldogs, and
Right.
really the start of the second half. You know, we didn't know if we'd see any starters in the second half. Giovanni comes out on the first play and houses it. So we're 16 minutes into the second half, and it's 47 or 48, whatever it ended up being, 48. And, you know, we never got back in the end zone, but there was a lot of things that play into that, you know, and you for the guys that started the game and get those consistent reps as the ones or the top part of it, they did a great job, and that's what you need. You know, those younger guys, they have some learning to do, and this was an opportunity for them to see those things and to see game speed, because you just can't do that during the week. And so it was good for them to be out here on a Friday night under the lights and seeing and getting this action, and hopefully they learn from it, you know. It didn't go exactly how they wanted it to, I'm sure, but you know what? You learn from it. But, you know, when the plays mattered, and that sounds really bad, but you know what I mean? When the game was on the line early in the first 2 quarters, before it got out of hand, the Bulldogs dominated every facet of it. You know, special teams, offense, defense, and, you know, West got some later. They got open a couple times, but it wasn't a true showing.
Yeah.
Wasn't a true showing of how dominant the Bulldogs really were tonight.
Yeah, like I said, it was 41-0 at half, right? So you look at that and you say, all right, that's really where the game was. That's when, like you said, it sounds bad, but that's when the plays mattered. That's when the plays were maybe more physically engaged and all that kind of good stuff. So, the Bulldogs dominated in every aspect in that regard to a 48-16 win. And 6 different Bulldogs scored a touchdown. We talked about 13 guys touched the ball on the ground. 6 scored a touchdown. I'm pretty sure just about everybody got in probably before the first teamers had to come back.
I know for a fact everybody got in. If they didn't, then they went and hid somewhere, because everybody got in early.
Yeah, Ken, that's one of the many things I love about Coach Vigdahl is he will make it a priority. If we get to the running clock, you have your helmet on, you have pads on, you're playing in this football game, and that's so important, and it's probably why kids stay out. You know, you're a sophomore, you don't get to start a whole lot, but gosh darn it, if we're gonna cream a team, we're gonna get in the ball game.
Yep, so. Absolutely, and you've earned it. These guys practice. They practice just like the varsity guys, just like everybody on the West team. They practice, so they're gonna get those opportunities when they can. And it's a great time to learn, because it always seems easier when you're sitting in the stands or watching from the sidelines.
Yep, absolutely. Well, the Bulldogs pick up a 48-16 win. And Lamar's is now 3-3 overall. They're 1-1 in Class 4A District 1. Sioux City West drops to 0-6. They are 0-2 in the district. Before we go tonight, let's take a look at least a few final scores anyway. We won't run down everything. You can tune in tomorrow morning for that or check out our website, KLEM1410.com, later tonight, and we'll make sure to post all the scores from all of the area corresponding districts that we have for you. But as far as area scores are concerned, MMCRU did pick up the win over Akron Westfield tonight, 14-7. It's 9th-ranked Hinton, 49-7. Big beatdown of MVAO-COU. 4th-ranked Remsen St. Mary's, they shut out the Rockets of Arweva, 43-0. 9th-ranked Woodbury Central defeated Kingsley Pearson River Valley 48-22. And if you want any solace, Gabe, there's still a game going on. Galen Catholic still playing. They lead Sibley Ocheyedan 34-18 in the fourth quarter there. So didn't get an update from Storm Lake and Fort Dodge. The last update we had was the Dodgers leading that game 34-18 at half. And then Spencer defeated Denison Schleswig 26-0. So assuming that Fort Dodge score holds, you've got Spencer and Fort Dodge. They are both 2-0, leading the district and currently occupying the 2 playoff spots. Storm Lake and Lamar's, they are currently tied for the middle of the district. They are both 1-1. And Sioux City West and Denison Schleswig are now 0-2. And sitting at the bottom, the outside looking in Class 4A District 1. But that'll do it for our broadcast here tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, the Bulldogs are a winner by a score of 48-16, and they will play Fort Dodge. Again, that's a Thursday night game next week at Jim Lorenzen Field, Lamar's Community Stadium. Let's come out and enjoy some Bulldog football Thursday night in town. We will have some volleyball for you the next Tuesday and Thursday next week. Galen Catholic takes on Akron Westfield and Hinton, respectively, on Tuesday and Thursday. And then the Jays will take on South O'Brien high school football on Friday night. You can hear all those games right here on KLEM. But until then, I'm going to say so long. For Gabe Davis, our color commentator here tonight, for Micah Gengler running our video stream, this is Daniel Versteg saying so long. Thanks for listening to Bulldog Football, a winner 48-16 over Sioux City West, right here on KLEM Lamar's. Good evening, everyone.
This is 1410 KLEM Lamar's and on 96.9 FM.